G'day, guys, and welcome to the show. It is viewers watching and joining. Where am I going to go? Comments. And I'm going to go to and kick it off nice and quick with. We won't go John Summers. We'll go something that I know is good. Urban Gorillas, Dragon, AEB, YouTube.
Streaming right across the World Wide Web. Australian Radio Indie.
I better check the audio to make sure the audio is working. Audio. And Roadcaster. Excellent. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Good on you, bud. There's the link above your head. There somewhere if you want to. Just gone 3:30 here on the island of Tasmania. It is an absolute Bobby Dazzler of a spring day. And yes. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You there? Can you hear me, Mr. Devil Dog? I'm hoping you can. Awfully quiet over there, but. Hello, Earth to Mars. Hello.
Hello. Now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Am I too loud?
No, it's nice.
Okay. Gary will be up here in a minute. He's just got home. He made a video of his mail call. I just got off the phone with him because he called me and he's grabbing some food and then he'll be up. You know, he's got to make it a mukbang.
That's nice. I don't mind. I'm probably, depending on how long I'm going to stay here for, I don't know. I'm supposed to cook them hamburgers later, but it's only 3:30.
Hey, are you in on that collab, man?
Sounds interesting, but I don't even know what it's about. They're all cooking an entree and a meal.
No, you don't have. All you have to do is cook an entree. Show them how you cook it, season it, create, make sauces or rubs or whatever. You don't have to do. I mean, and then you have, and they want you to do it outside. It has to be outside, and you can. They want to see stuff like squirrel or something that's not cooked every day. And I was saying, well, you'd be perfect. You can do a kangaroo or patty melon or something.
Did you see what Blue said? Yeah, but kangaroo's not unusual in Australia.
But everybody's not in Australia.
That's right.
The majority is probably here.
Hey, Ryan
Swiss
Smith.
Swiss rips. I don't have them. Swiss rips. Type radio, please, in the chat. Hey, Nets, how you doing?
Yeah, no, it sounds very. It was giving me a headache in the end, hearing all the rules and regulations. But I always like hearing Blue talk and doing her, her spiel.
Yeah.
But what type radio?
Type radio.
RADIO. Scrolling down the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah.
I'm onto
I didn't
that.
even look at that. But I
Yeah,
don't know Swiss Rips. That's why I had him.
yeah. No, he's. I think we're relatively new connections. I was looking at some comments earlier on.
Hey Nets, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Ryan Smith Fishing and Sports.
Hey, Ryan.
There you go.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, 132 subscribers.
Yeah, right up my alley. I'm with you, brother.
Collectible cards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've sort of got into a bit of a group that do that. Like I showed you before, I've got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek and
Yep.
I've got some sports cards there somewhere, some rugby league sports cards. Um, I did keep some baseball cards, and then the grandson asked could he have them, so I gave him a lot. So I wouldn't know who was who anyway. But he was into that. He took a heap of the cards, especially when I was moving
See,
away.
it's like 12:30 over there, ain't it, Nets? On Saturday. Hello, Young at Hearts, aka Carla. Would you please type radio as well, Carla?
Yeah, be lovely.
Hope you're having a great, relaxing day, Nets.
And how's your evening going, Mr. Devil Dog?
Pretty chill. I've just been in other people's lives and everything, just hanging
Yeah,
out.
as you've seen, I was doing something similar today.
Yeah, I haven't done
Oh,
much work. Haven't done
oh,
much work that I was supposed to get done today, Jonesy.
I was busy in the morning and done a few things before lunch, and I had plans for this afternoon of filming down at the beach because of the beautiful blue skies. Still blue skies, no clouds, no nothing today.
And somebody
But
ruined it for you, didn't they?
yeah, bloody Des, I tell you, come on up. On you, Des. You're probably sound asleep now. Uh, Geez,
Yeah, she probably is.
man, I had her on in the car. Like I thought, who's live? And I seen she was live, so I put her on in the car, and I seen Bob's Burgers, the wife on Bob's Burgers on that cartoon. I seen it straight away into my head when she spoke, and I went, "Oh my lord, she's got that accent down pat." Have you ever seen that cartoon?
Yeah, Bob's Burgers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite amusing. Kids got me hooked on that for a while, and still do every now and again. 12:30 in Oklahoma. How's that? We won't sing. Yes, 3:39 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, as the sun sets and the temperature drops on the lonely little island of Tasmania. In what are we? The second day of spring or the third day? The third day of spring.
Well, our fall don't start, I think, until the 18th or something, Jonesy, over here.
Well, we're already into spring, mate. Like I said, we're ahead of you guys.
Well, that's nice.
But hey, you seen me before with the t-shirt on with
ACDC?
yeah. Well, I was still
Yeah.
wearing the t-shirt, but I had to. Hey,
Told you.
Mister.
Told you. What'd he do? He come up here eating, Jonesy.
Well, I
Yeah,
told you on the phone I was eating.
that's a good thing.
My,
Yeah, no,
my,
I
well,
already ate.
I've
I
still
ate
got the
one of
left.
those.
I still haven't cleaned up last night's leftovers. They're still sitting right there. But
if
See,
they
that's
said that, I wouldn't eat them.
that's a good. Why?
no, the
It's
food's
like
gone. It's just a
it's
cupboard.
cold over there in the fridge. It's like putting the fridge over there. Gary, he ain't
Oh,
got no heater.
you
It's refrigerated.
don't put soft drinks in or anything you want to put in the fridge. Really, you don't have to. You,
Look who
you know,
just came in.
hey, Blue, are you all talked out, or would you like to pop back up?
What's up, Blue? What's up,
Yeah.
Ryan Smith? Young at heart, aka
No,
Carl.
she can come up here so I can have a
Wish
word or
Rip.
two with Blue.
Yeah, Blue. We wanna have a stern talking to.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue.
Hey, Nets.
You are sure welcome.
Hey, Devil Dog.
She said she can pop up if you want. So yeah, I want her to.
I'd
Hey,
love to
Nets.
see.
I'm
I'd love to see
I'm gonna
someone
have a
pop up.
What
go
did
at
I
it.
do to
I'm
get a stern
I'm gonna
talking
have a
to?
go at it. When you say, not you in particular, but
Hang on.
oh, there's Tony. Never mind. I'll wait till Tony leaves. He ain't. when you
Chicken.
say, when you say someone cannot do something, that is censorship. I mean, I don't care. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, and you tell me I can't do something or I can't play ball, then that is censorship.
Well,
Ah, you're
Play,
just winding
you're
up
a
the
little
shit.
old to be playing ball.
well, I know. I'm just saying. We had this little talk, and I was trying to poke fun at him and everything else, just to get a rise out of him. And I did, Tony. He wouldn't even acknowledge me when I was saying that. He
Tony Shepard.
censored. He censored me. Hey, don't let Tony come up here, Jonesy. If he pops up in the basement, don't bring him up.
I can't see. I don't know how. I got 4 across the line here, and the second
Well,
line. I
but
just don't know
that's.
how to get. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't know how to get down to that second line. Yeah, when someone else pops up when there's 4
Scroll.
across.
Just gotta turn
See
the
You
that
just
roller ball there? You scroll.
work with me, Gary. Work with me.
light.
Work with me, brother.
Okay.
Hey, come on,
That was a bit
Jonesy.
of a.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't. No, you can't do it.
That's right. There you go. Thanks, mate. G'day, mate. How are you?
It's impossible.
I'm going good, Blue. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
You feeling better after your chat?
Yeah.
You do. It's good to get that sort of not depression, but that anxiety and get it out, get the news out there. It's good to get it
Yeah.
off your chest.
Hey Jonesy, young
Yeah,
at heart,
I mean,
aka Carla.
the idea was to inform people. It wasn't to make anyone depressed or anxious or anything like that. It was just to talk about the realities,
Yeah, that Jonesy.
Yeah, sure do. He young fella. He's not a bad little guitarist. I seen him when he was, well, probably 5 years ago. So he was a real little tiny fella then. Sure.
Has he gained? Has he gotten taller?
Yeah, his dad was a musician. This young fella, and he had, as a probably 8-year-old, he had dreadlocks. He could play a guitar like you would not believe, and I'm pretty sure he was on the Central Coast of New South Wales. So,
And he was only 8 years old.
he's probably, would he be around 12? He'd be a young teenager now, I'm assuming.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, there you go, young at heart. Carla, have I got your channel? Have you already put your channel in, Carla? If not, type radio.
Hey,
and
Baker.
it'll pop up,
Hey, Tony.
and we can touch.
Hey, Baker.
Make sure that's on pause. Hang on, I've got come on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So anyone in the chat, just type radio.
That's funny, Tony. Hey, Devil Dog's a good person. He really is. I mean, he helps
Yeah.
lots of folks.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're just
yeah.
winding each other up.
Yeah, this is their night off. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. This is their night off. They're supposed to be nice and friendly tonight.
We're being nice today.
Yeah, for sure you are.
Well, we're being nice to each other. I don't know if I'm being nice to Tony or not. Because it don't even affect me. I've already done mine and everything else. I'm just playing devil's advocate, saying that if you say that you either do your video my way or you're not going to do it, that's censorship. Am I not correct?
Well, it is, but on the other hand, if
Well,
he's
that's-
wanting to make the rules for the collaboration, then I
Well,
could
that-
see his point too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine, but it's still censorship. You
Well-
either
You can't.
do this.
You can't drive a car at 100 miles an hour in a 20 zone, can you? Oh look!
No, but that's
You
what
could.
happened?
There's
Oh,
just,
look out.
What happened?
you could drive a car as fast as you can get in a 20 mile per hour zone. You can drive a car as fast as you can get it in the 20 mile per hour zone, but you have to deal with the consequences.
Look where you ended up.
Oh
Right next to him.
And in the left corner, where
Good evening, Jonesy, Blue, and Gary. How are you guys tonight?
Good to see you,
no.
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, sort of good to see you.
Heard-
I got my hands up here, right? This has got nothing to do with these sound effects. They're not mine. I've got good quality ones, not these imported ones.
What was the rule in particular y'all talking about, if I might ask?
The
Yeah.
swearing and drinking on camera one. So the idea is that all the videos have to be family friendly because there are children involved as well and children that watch certain channels. Because there's a lot of different communities that are pulled together to do this collaboration. The idea is to make it family friendly, which
I
means no drinking or smoking on camera and no swearing. That was basically it.
Okay, were those rules laid out beforehand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they were.
Well, in all fairness to Eddie and anybody else, what we first sent out was an email that said, "Would you be interested?" So they didn't get the rules until after we knew we had enough people that were interested. Then we sent the rules out,
Okay.
which at any time, in all honesty, anybody could have dropped out at any point. When we looked at it from a standpoint of trying to be inclusive to the communities that we involved,
I tried to
those
drop
were the
out. They
rules we
wouldn't
came
let
up
me.
with.
Well,
I tried to drop out several times. They wouldn't let me.
okay. Well, here's the thing, though. If he
Came across and said, "I want to drop out," because I would have gladly said, "Okay, sorry, you can't join us."
I'm just messing
don't
with
know,
Tony. I don't care. I was just trying to get his goat.
so did. All right.
My
wait.
point.
Actually,
Hold on,
honestly,
hold on.
I did not
I'm
follow the
smoking a
rules.
cigarette. I'd love to enjoy it. Jonesy, I wanted you to know it was me before I went back to here, okay?
All right.
Actually, I did not follow the rules because I had to dip in the whole time. Maybe I did. I can't remember.
But I knew that, but you weren't demonstrating it, so it never came across that way. That's
Yeah.
the difference in your video. That's why it didn't bother.
Okay, so
Like
you.
we said, if you were going to just have it in a normal mug or a glass that no one can really tell what it is.
Well, you don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't,
all right.
I don't
Oh.
care. I didn't drink the whole time I was doing it because I don't drink that often, honestly. I don't
Yeah.
smoke. I don't do drugs. So I
Let me-
was just messing with Tony.
Let me see if I got this right. Devin, you arguing about rules that you followed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was just messing with Tony.
Okay.
You are the man.
That's the real one.
Gary, you're awesome.
Just doesn't make sense to me. But okay.
What don't make sense to you?
The
Yes,
fact
it
that
makes
you would
sense.
argue with them, even though you abided by them.
Because I'm pushing his buttons, dude. I'm getting
Oh, I'm
riled
sorry.
up.
No
Better
better.
work with
me.
Because it's me.
In all,
Oh.
in all. Okay. Hold on. Can I throw this out there, Gary? In all
Sure.
honesty, I do believe, and I hope I'm right, Eddie was doing it in devil's advocate and in humor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh lordy, did you have to go there? But the reality is the rules for the collaborations, because Growing with Hudson brought up a very valid point tonight, and I did not want her to think it was an attack on her. because I was questioned about creativity. I was questioned about, aren't these rules a little strict? Things like that.
Well,
We had to make a decision once we got over 30 channels, and the channels that wanted to come in, we had to start looking at, because we knew that there was kids that were going to be in some of them, yada, 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 many different things. We had to make that choice before it became a problem. Okay. It wasn't at anybody. It wasn't to hurt anybody. It was just stipulating for the best video that all genres and their families could enjoy. We're requesting that this happens.
Well,
If they didn't like it, they could have dropped out and that would have been fine.
As soon as they put out the rules about the alcohol, I immediately brought it to their attention. Not that I was going to use it or anything, but I'm like, this kind of ain't right, because people cook with alcohol. Even on MasterChef, MasterChef Junior, and everything else, if somebody has a recipe that they cook with alcohol, and so they discussed it or whatever and allowed that, but I immediately brought that to their attention when they come out with the rule.
And he did in all fairness.
Hey, I'll be cooking with alcohol, so you know.
I cook with alcohol. There's both. When I fix steak au poivre, I use a brandy, and when I cook my poor man's drunk chicken, I do use beer.
Yeah,
but
they approved it. They seen my point that I was talking about, and they said that's fine.
But it was more about people chugging on a fifth. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Craig, and have a good night, Baker. Sorry.
And the reality of it. Sorry. The reality of it is there are some of the genres out there, and I'm not stating anyone in particular because it's multiple. They will, and hear me out on this, please. Mm-hmm. They will chug on a fifth or a beer or smoke
most definitely
pot or do this or whatever else they do. Okay.
Yeah.
We just didn't want that to come across. It was never intended to be censorship. By definition, I will agree with Eddie. He is correct. But they also had the opportunity to come out of it if they didn't want to. That's the way we looked at it.
Yeah, that's freedom of choice.
Well, to play devil's advocate for one moment, though, if you had offered these folks
devil's advocate.
Well, I am.
I got it in my name.
I understand. I understand. All right. Well, let me play good cop, devil advocate, arrestee or something. I don't know.
Good cop arrestee. I like how he threw that one in there.
Cool. I don't. Anyhow, now if somebody had accepted your invitation to begin with, and then the rules had changed to fit somebody else in that was not part of the original group, and excluded somebody that was part of the original group, there could be some conflict there. But it sounds like there wasn't. So
that rule was in the original rules that went to everybody originally. That rule was never modified or changed.
Okay, cool. I just wondered.
So,
yeah, no.
You do have a valid point. It just never happened that way. So,
yeah.
Well, it sounded like so far it's been a rousing success. I even let Haluski play. I didn't think I had seen any alcohol or.
There wasn't none in mine.
There wasn't.
Although
now I'll be honest with Eddie sitting right next to me, even though I said I would never sit next to him tonight. I will and say this. Advanced hand sanitizer.
You ain't gonna drink that, surely.
No, I'm good. I will tell Eddie 3 things. Okay. I was worried whether the video would ever come out, so his little ruse played out until the very end, until that video popped up. Okay, I'll give you that. The second thing was, you floored me. That video floored me. Your knife skills, the way you told people about it, the way you did it, I never expected it in a million years, and for that, I thank you, because it made me appreciate that video that much more, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The third thing is, I'm glad you stuck in and you did it. I am.
Well, I just didn't want to
Because
disappoint y'all.
your comments you're receiving are people saying you need to do more of it because you actually know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll actually watch it and pay attention.
He watched my
can't-
video while he was doing something else and really didn't watch my video. He just ran it in the background and
Well,
was
I
doing-
watched it. I just, I was talking with you, Devil Dog, and I couldn't listen to it and you at you
Yeah,
at the
there is
same
a
time.
pause button, Gary.
Geez,
Well,
you're either
I only
pouring a
got
drink or you're in the wrong room. What's
I've
going on?
only got so many hours in the day, Devil Dog. And I'm, it looked really good, and I love the way he took that bacon grease. Bacon grease, one of the most versatile greases out there, and the way he took that and cooked that at what is that green thing with a head?
Lettuce? I mean
cabbage.
cabbage.
Cabbage. The way he cooked that cabbage in there was pretty cool. I like that. I even thought, I wish he'd have showed, the cooking of the noodles, but I didn't see that.
Well, like I
Tony's
said,
got the
my
ring.
cameraman didn't turn on the camera. I had
Oh.
already cut the half of the head of cabbage. I cut all a whole onion up. I cut a freaking the garlic up. I had already done the whole freaking video on the preparation part of it, and then when I got ready to go do the cook part of it, he's like, wait, because he was gonna pause it or something. And he's like, wait a minute. And we wanted to look at it to make sure before we cooked it. And it wasn't even started. And so then I had to fake it because I had already had all this stuff cut up. I did cut another part of an onion and stuff like that. But that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go over it all again.
As an Australian, I've never seen anybody fry cabbage. Never.
It's good. Fried
Never
cabbage is
seen it.
good. And,
Apparently, everyone's raving about it.
but like I
Did
said,
you hear about that whole thing over there in Australia where they didn't have no lettuce and they was, forcing them to eat cabbage or something?
well, no, Jonesy
Cabbage,
got some
no.
lettuce the other day, but he paid a good amount for it.
Yeah, no, KFC, the hamburger chain, because of the floods, and there was a shortage of lettuce, and lettuce was absolutely ridiculously high. KFC decided to use cabbage as the greenery on their hamburgers. So KFC hamburgers, when you get one, instead of having lettuce, it had cabbage on it. Which
Wow.
So you understand that now, Eddie? I'm hoping me and Jonesy explained it to you well enough.
I'm what?
Nothing. I'm just playing.
Oh, hey Troy, how you doing? Appreciate you. No, but the thing.
Troy.
No, but you already said you knew. A lot of people don't know to cook noodles in like chicken broth or beef broth, and stuff. But you don't want to cook it in beef broth if you're doing a chicken or pork product, because then the taste is overwhelming. Will overwhelm the chicken or the pork flavoring. So when you're cooking bacon, which is pork, you don't want to cook the noodles in beef broth. You want to cook it in chicken broth. And the noodles absorb the flavor and everything instead of doing it in regular water or whatever.
Hey, Peter North. How you doing, brother?
But you said you knew that already. I knew that.
I do know that.
Everybody don't though.
I tell you
Well,
what, this is how
Hey, I wasn't complaining that you were telling them about it. I didn't say anything about it. I was being
I'm not a cook or a chef, Gary.
okay.
this is how I cook noodles. Right, I buy them in the pack. I get it in a packet. The noodles at the supermarket. I rinse it under hot water. I put it in this strainer. Rinse it under hot water. While I've already cooked up the stir fry, the meat's cooked separately, and then the vegetables are cooked in another pan. And then when the vegetables are cooked, I just throw the noodles that were rinsed under hot water into the frying pan with all the stir fry vegetables and stir it all up. And then we put that down, and then we put the meat cuts on top. And that's what we do in the Jones household for a stir fry. So I don't know if I'm cooking the noodles wrong by the sound of it. But
You're talking about fresh noodles, though, right?
yeah, fresh noodles.
Noodles, yeah.
Yeah.
See, noodles that they're talking about, because apparently in the US, noodles is a combined word for all pasta products.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
correct.
joking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
it's no,
you
it's
guys are
pasta and it's
shocking.
hard. It's not soft. It's not
Had
soft
me
or
befuddled
anything.
too. I
It's
have
like
to look back
macaroni
in
and
it for a
cheese. You have a
while.
box of noodles and they're hard. They
They're
go hard.
Yeah, that's
The dried
pasta.
ones.
That we call that pasta.
Well, it's,
You
Yeah.
get them in little
I mean,
bows.
spaghetti. Yeah,
Yeah.
spaghetti, elbows. It's all noodles. It's all pasta.
Jen
It's
and
all,
Josh, manicotti.
You guys are so far behind the world. It's unbelievable.
Hey,
That's why you go overseas
well,
to
then
eat.
why does everybody look for us for so many things? I don't understand it. If we're so far behind, why are we all over the place?
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's a
understand.
strange. There's too many of you. You're breeding like rabbits. How many? There's 300 million of you.
Well, yeah, but we got a lot of room over here.
Yeah, well, Australia's land mass is nearly the same, and we got 22 million, maybe 23 now.
Well, then
yeah,
y'all
most of
are
yours
good.
are kangaroos that beat y'all up and stuff.
Well, that's it. We got
Yeah.
to leave.
That's funny if you start on them first.
Yeah,
worry.
he did
Find
start
those
on us
trees under a
first.
tree and just ignore you.
He
We
did
keep him-
start on us first. Usually
keep
he's the
him-
referee. Now he's freaking dogging us.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy mark.
Hey, this is my life. Remember that. Well, I mean, no, I don't want to say that. Yeah, no, I just I was talking to Blue last week about doing lives, but was this the time slot you were talking about? No,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
after that. So, what time of the day is it, or night is it there, or morning?
It's 7:00 in the morning here.
So you've been up since what? 5?
4.
Oh,
Yeah, I get up at 4, 6 days a week because that's when Penny goes to work.
okay.
Unless I'm up at 4 from staying up, I can't get up at 4.
You don't
Well,
ever
we go
stay
to
up
bed at
till,
about 8 or 9 o'clock.
you don't
in the
ever stay up
evening.
till 4, Gary.
So,
Latest you
you know,
stay up's 3. That's
Hey,
the
you kept me
absolute
up that long
latest.
before.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure you've kept me up that long before.
No, the latest you've stayed up is 3 or 3:30, and then you're off to bed.
Well, I got to get my beauty sleep.
Well,
Can you?
I
I'm already ugly. Can you imagine how ugly I'd be without my beauty sleep?
I understand, and I'm not telling you not to or anything else at all. Do not take me the wrong way, Gary.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Lulabelle.
next, what day is it? Saturday for me. So this time next week, do you want to start the new alternate weeks?
can do.
All right. So put that in your
Sure.
diary, Devil Dog.
Hmm?
The blue radio show. How's that?
A blue radio show. Whoa.
BLOO radio.
That leaves you out, Jonesy.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm gonna find it. How about hold on a minute.
We're gonna go every
Ne-
second week.
Hold on, next Friday. Hold on.
Jonesy.
Well, for me, it's Saturday afternoon, but
Oh, well, no, I'm talking about U.S. time because I can't tell them your time and
when
you know, we
when
got no-
Kettle Kitchen finishes at 3:30, whatever time that was your time.
In the morning?
Tony,
Is it
what time?
9:30?
No, he's talking about just now. Tony, what time you usually?
Right.
What time? What time?
Okay, what time is it there for you right now?
It's 1:00 Central Time.
Okay, so that would be the time that we would be starting.
Y'all about 7 o'clock now, right?
Yeah. 7 a.m. here.
One.
Because
Yeah,
that gives
it's
me
7
time to
Blues
go and
time.
refill drinks and
Jonesy's
go to the little
time is
pixie room and stuff like that
Four
between
in the afternoon.
Tony's
Well, that's-
live and this.
Is Tony going to go right to the half hour, or does he do the 2 hours?
No, he usually goes an hour and a half. But like I said, that gives me time to refill drinks and have a smoke and use the little pixie room in between times.
Whose drinks are you refilling, Blue?
My water
Yeah.
and my coffee, which empty,
She hasn't got Marie Garvey running in when the bell gets ringing.
you know. My cat can't be trained to do these things for me.
No,
And she
and did-
refuses to go to the pixie room for me.
And
So,
did you
you
kick
know.
it when it bit your leg? What was the story with that? Did it bite you?
And Tony's at work, so we kind of, you know.
Did that cat bite you on when you were with Tony? Or-
No, what she did, she put her front paws up on my leg, but she needs her claws clipped, so she dug her nails in.
Ouch.
Hey, She Devil.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
hey,
like,
She Devil.
so
Yeah.
How
yeah.
you doing?
Hey, Gubby.
So there was a question just before about what's the giant noodle used for lasagna called? It's actually lasagna sheet or sheet pasta normally.
Oh, this is Jonesy's channel.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but there was a question earlier from
No, he
Wish Rich.
Devil trying something. It
No,
wasn't
I was
working.
gonna drop She Devil's link, but I forgot I'm not on mine or Gary's channel. I typed She Devil expecting it to drop her link, and we're in your live.
All right.
He probably thought you were saying hello.
Okay, well,
Well, you are a moderator.
yeah, I know,
What?
but it's your Nightbot though. I mean, yeah, I can do it the long way, but I was
Oh,
just
cool.
just doing it the.
Oh, yeah.
What?
all
Oh,
right. Well,
cool. What?
I just realized I'm a moderator too.
You've been a moderator,
Yeah.
Gary.
I believe it.
no, you cried last time when I made Devil Dog one, so I had to make you one too. Remember?
I didn't cry.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
You know, yeah. You didn't cry, no.
He,
You did
Probably
say
whined a little bit.
he didn't literally cry, but he threw a fit about it.
that.
I may
Sure.
have whined a little bit.
Yeah, okay, you whined a little bit, so I had to make you one too. So
Well, you
just
can take it away now that you've done it. That's fine.
no, we're a team. This is the Radio Blue Devil Gary Belt Loop show. How's that?
He ain't even gonna be here. He's gonna be asleep.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he
know.
may be here from 1 to 2, 3 at the latest, but then he'll be gone.
Look, he's the only trained American I've got over there saying "G'day, mate." So I've got to keep him around.
That's right. G'day, mate.
That didn't even sound right to
It
me.
was.
And I'm not even Australian. We're blue.
G'day, mate.
Oh,
Hey.
dropped. Blue
Hello.
is
Blue is
present.
frozen.
I'll say it better next time.
Good day, mate.
No, that give it up.
No, too slow.
It's gotta be more like
Gotta get the g'day, mate.
Good day, mate.
g'day.
No.
G'day, mate.
Good day, mate.
No,
Yes.
no.
G'day,
Thank-
mate.
The
How's it
G-
You don't judge me, Gary. You're not Australian. He's the one that can judge me.
I'm Australian in spirit.
No. You
Okay.
you cannot judge me just because you don't like me and want to say it. Want me to say it
I
right
like
before
it,
you
dog.
can say it right.
Just wait till you see my mail call on your thing. You'll know I like you.
Yeah, okay.
Grubby, you got to get rid of that.
There's
ood.
Krubby going, good day, Gary. Good
A
day.
good day, Gary. It's got to get rid of the OOD, and then
Yes.
you're right.
Good day. It's like
No,
G.
you still said it.
So g'day,
Good
g'day
day.
is hello, and g'day is goodbye. Like you walk past someone, you g'day,
G'day.
mate. That could be hello, that could be goodbye, it could be see you later. It's all means the same.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. Good day.
And if they want to hang around and chat, they'll say, "Yeah, how you going? How's it hanging?" And you'll go, "Yeah, it's hanging pretty good."
Tony, it don't work typing it.
Or you could say it's a bit cold. A bit cold, and it's not hanging too
Now
good.
it's going to be a competition. Who can say it? Who sounds more Australian when they say
Yeah,
it? Me or Gary Jonesy?
Okay. Well, what I should do, I should start a collaboration of people who aren't Australian, and they have to say a certain
Australian phrase.
yeah, and then whoever sounds, we'll have a collection of Australians to select the winner, and the winner gets
The kangaroo.
the winner gets the trophy. Ba-dum-ba-dum.
Well,
Mate.
you might want to give me a different word than good day, mate, because I'd win that one.
No, you don't. You
That's
still
not
can't.
even a competition.
You still can't say it right.
I said it right.
What about
No,
g'day
you
cobbers?
didn't.
G'day cobber.
G'day, copper.
No, not a copper. A B for
Copper.
crobby. Yeah, g'day.
G'day, copper.
Cobber. Cobb. COBBE.
That's what I said. G'day, copper.
It's got a bit more of an R there. You got to go. This is lessons for Americans if they want to be Australian. G'day, Copper. How are you? And you'll go, yeah, g'day, mate. It's hanging pretty good. And you'll come back and say, well, that's crikey. That's good news. Or you know, and the crikey, mate.
Crikey, mate. G'day.
Yeah.
Hey, let me teach you a little redneck. Her
Yeah.
britches was so tight you could see her religion.
Her britches were so tight you could see a camel toe. Is that what you said?
No, her religion.
Her religion.
Yeah,
Her britches were so tight you could see her religion.
that's right.
Right.
That boy was so buck-toothed, he could eat corn cob right off the cob. He could eat corn right off the cob through a picket fence.
That's it. Hang on. That's too long a sentence. Give me something short. And
Oh, I,
here we go. Good on you, Gary. Oh, Tony.
Mom and them.
Have a Captain Cook. That's when you see the when you see the Sheila. When you see the Sheila, you say, "Whoa, have a Captain Cook." No worries, mate. She'll be right. Fair go.
That's a bit long.
Fair go, sucker the sauce bottle. That's an oldie. That was around in the 70s, that one.
How about just mom and them? Hey, tell your mama I say tell your mom and them I said hey.
Tell your mum and them I said, hey, from Mississippi.
That's right. You getting there.
I'm getting there. I love Mississippi. I love Clarksdale. I'm still, a friend of mine was just there actually sending me some stuff from Clarksdale. Interesting. Hey, I was telling some people before, you know, when you do, like, if you post an envelope from here to America, it costs not much at all, just an envelope. You put anything else a bit bigger than an envelope, you can get nearly half a kilo in a box for the same price. It's ridiculous. But anyway, it's 25, like, I think it's $25 for, oh, no, not half a kilo. Anyway, long story short, it cost a bit of money to put little bits in.
Yeah.
What else? Bless you. The little brothers have a dying duck shit. Hold your horses. What in the Sam Hill? Where are you getting all these from? These are.
Bless you, brother.
She's stuck up higher than a light pole. Yeah, well, I've heard that a few times, actually. That's a good one. I haven't used that for a while. She's stuck up higher than a light pole.
That's all get out. Yeah, those are some good ones. In fact, several of those are on my videos on how to speak redneck. On my videos of how to speak redneck.
Well, I've heard that before in Australia, that she's stuck up higher than a light pole.
How about that boy's cornbread ain't done in the middle?
Yeah. Well, what did I say out here? That meat's not cooked right through, something like that.
How about his elevator don't go all the way to the top?
Yeah, that's a good one. But how's your day today, Gary? Anything exciting happening at work?
Thank goodness. No. Other than somebody called right at shift change for
It's always the way.
For a transport. Take somebody up to the hospital. Just to swap out. And so we ended up getting C shift to do it. I said I would do it, but they had 4 folks on C shift, and C shift never really has much in the way of calls. But anyhow, we were able to work that out. We did have 2 calls earlier, but they weren't real difficult or anything. So nothing I had to get out and attend to. So it was a pretty easy day. I did even get a couple things done here at the house after work before I came home. And I had a few mail calls I needed to attend to. So I did, a few mail call videos. I'll be dropping them. I'll probably wait a day or two apart or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I filmed. I actually got my camera out in the supermarket today when I went up there, and we put. Here she is. Welcome back.
Thank
Hey,
you.
bro.
And now
Thank
it's
you.
Tasmanian Talk with Blue and Radio Jonesy.
Yes, I like that intro.
He's getting better.
Tasmanian Talk. That's actually a program out. That's a podcast out here.
Oh,
What's
well,
his name?
I
What's his
know.
name? What's his name? Who does that? Anyway, it's not a bad show for non-Tasmanians because it's an edited radio show, and it comes up with all the local. He actually gets all the local mayors. You know how Tasmania's got the little regions with all the different mayors, and the council elections are coming up shortly. So they're all throwing stuff at everybody. Oh, we've got a few positions available now to work at the council, or we're going to update this and we're going to do that. Typical.
I got to admit, when you first said that, Jonesy, I thought you were talking about horses.
Oh,
Horses.
and then mares.
Yeah.
Mayors. Oh, sorry. Well, me. Yeah. Well,
That's all right.
Lord.
I figured it out. I'm a
Oh,
little
sorry.
bit on uptake sometimes.
well, I must have left the thoroughbred back in the stable when I said that. Anyway, that's another story.
That's a good one.
Well, anyway, yeah. Well, long story, but yeah, I'm off to that contractor job I've picked up. I'm off to work at Cradle Mountain on tomorrow Monday. So I've got tomorrow off and then Monday.
Wow.
So I'm packing
I look forward to that, Grubby.
I'm packing my camera because I'm sure I'll see something up there.
Bound to be something worth seeing.
Yeah, well, it's a nice place. There's a big national park, and there's lots to do and see in there, but not where we're working, I'm assuming, but I would not know. So when we get to the location, I want to be prepared in case, there's a Tasmanian tiger decides to come out of the bush for the first time in 100 years. You never know.
There have been sightings, haven't there?
So they say, but
Yeah, there's a
Did you
guy who's got a YouTube channel. I can't remember what the channel is, but he's got game cameras up all over his property. And he's caught glimpses of a couple of them on his
Right.
game cameras. So
Okay.
whether they're starting to come back, which would be awesome, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
very careful not to give away his location or any of that kind of stuff, apart from the fact that he's in Tasmania, obviously.
well, the government has given a what do you call the scientists laboratories that do like cloning and stuff?
Yeah.
They've given them $10 million grant to. They've got really good DNA samples of the tiger, and if they can't get anything happening, they're going to try to cross some DNA with a dog, and then try to get some sort of semblance of it. Yeah.
Have
$10
these
million.
people not watched Jurassic Park?
No, but I'm
I'm
telling you,
just saying. I mean, like, there are movies out there that warn of this stuff.
that was on the news this week out over here. A $10 million grant to bring back the Tasmanian tiger, and it sounds fabulous when they say it, and then they say they're going to try to clone it like Dolly the sheep, and that was a disaster. But they're going to clone it. They're going to try to do that, and if that doesn't work, they're going to use the similar technology to put the DNA into a similar dingo sort of dog to see what comes of it. But anyway, only in Australia, where there's deadly enough animals now, and they're trying to breed some more.
Wow.
But it is interesting. But you know, how they died off and why they died off. But they were
It's
weird.
humans at the end of the day, let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, they had a bloody big mouth when they used to open it up. The old tiger.
Yeah.
You know, to me, they always look more like dingoes. I don't know how big they were. They didn't look very big.
They're like a coyote, I'd reckon.
Yeah.
What do you think, Blue? Like a coyote,
Yeah,
but with
they're
a
a
mouth.
bit bigger than a dingo.
But they had a
Probably, coyote sized.
disjointed jaw.
I saw the pictures of them in
Yeah. The jaw could
captivity.
really open up. You know, like that's why they got that. And the
Yeah,
stripes on the
it's
back.
almost crocodilian, the mouth.
Oh man, I've
It's-
got
it's-
photos somewhere.
Terrifying, really. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to come across one in the wild. You know,
No.
dingoes are scary enough, and people that just think, "Oh, look, it's a dingo," and then wonder why half their arms missing.
Yeah,
know.
or why all their food's just been ransacked and raided, and they cry poor. Oh, we didn't know.
Yeah,
We're only feeding it. But,
yeah.
Oh.
The point is, like, they're wild animals, and they are carnivorous, and you put your hand, you're basically walking food to them.
that's right, and you don't dress them up like that.
No, you don't. No, they get very angry if you do stuff like that.
Well, they do.
I mean, even that one looks like you've hit its murder button. Do you know what I mean?
He's ready to go, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna get this as soon as I get my first opportunity, I'm going for the throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my mate's. My mate does a radio show, and that's his trademark. He's dingo. So yeah, that was his profile for for that. But no, I must have saved them pictures on the computer, not my phone. But anyway. But yeah, so next week, Blue, if this time suits me, if it suits
Yeah.
you, and we'll just
That's cool.
see how we run. I'll touch base with you during the week.
Yeah.
But I can give you an update on the news, what's happening out here. You can give us an update on your next Prime Minister. I'm sure that's going to be next week, is it? Is it that close?
Yeah, the 6th.
6? Okay. Well,
Okay,
that'll be-
let me just be clear here with this. Okay, this woman who looks like she's about to be next Prime Minister, her own father won't speak to her because of her journey into politics and the way she's done it.
Oh, wow.
He is
That
so disgusted, he has disowned his own daughter.
Well,
So that should, apart from anything else, should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
You know?
So how's that fine-looking Indian gentleman? How come he's
Oh,
not?
you mean the multi-millionaire with the billionaire wife
Oh, jeez, is he?
who
I
hadn't
don't know.
paid any taxes for 20 years?
Where do they come from?
Oh, you know, the same class in bloody uni.
Hey, did you? Shaquille O'Neal was out. Shaquille O'Neal was out here not the other week.
Yeah.
You got a picture taken with our Prime Minister because they're doing a referendum on something about Aboriginal. They want to put an Aboriginal charter in the Parliament, so
Yeah.
they'll get their own say. Like, how many millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars has gone into that already? But anyway, they're going to give more money that way, and they're going to do some stuff. I hope it's all for the good. But let me just.
Well,
find
nothing
this-
they've done so far has been any good. There's been a lot of mismanagement with a lot of that stuff, and it's all been done in the wrong way. Whereas if it had been left up to the people themselves, they would have been fine with it, doing the things that they need to do, but and in a way that would be logistically good and helpful to their people. Whereas what they've done is in the past is very much put white man's politics on and systems onto a group of people that it means nothing to them, and all it did was ruin them. So, you know, I have hope. I really do have hope that it'll. See, we need someone that big in politics that's actually going to do something for people that no one's going to want to argue with.
How funny is that photo? That's the Prime Minister of Australia, and he's going. He invited him over for that's Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And and
so who is Prime Minister now?
What's his
I know
name?
it, but it's early in the morning.
Anthony Albanese.
Okay.
The slogan from the Liberals was, "It won't be easy with Albanese." That was the slogan. So don't vote for him was the thing. But he basically smashed it in. He's Labor, and all that's happened since he's come in is there's been bus strikes, rail strikes, nursing strikes, taxis on strike. Everyone's on strike because Labor's in Parliament, Labor's in government. So,
because Labor's more likely to actually do something about their issues, probably.
Well, that's exactly.
You know,
right.
I mean, like you look at the fact that all the pays are being capped for how many years now?
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it's about.
Oh,
the
for
posties
sure.
won't go on strike till Christmas. We all know that. That's their modus operandi. That's what they've always done. Is they've gone on strike around the end of November, early December, always. You know, because that's the biggest time of the year.
Is that in England as well as Australia?
No, the posties are actually on strike here now.
Gee willikers.
But again, you know, these are people that haven't had a pay rise in 12 years.
Yeah.
So nurses, doctors, posties, you know, everybody that works in some kind of that's paid by the government in some way, no one has had a pay rise in 12 years. So,
I've picked up a contractor's job with, like I go out and audit linesmen doing telegraph poles. So it's a good if everyone does everything right. It's a pretty cruisy gig.
Yeah.
So if everyone does something wrong, and then it's a pain because you've really got to crack the whip and you can shut it down and just say no, get off the road. But anyway, that's another story. But the wages I'm getting now is the same wages I probably got in 1991. It's the same wages I'm getting in 2022. Like it doesn't. It's, you know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I get it.
House prices are doubled or tripled, and everything's gone up.
Well, here where we live in York, okay, it is impossible to get a rental property that the average family can afford because the rents are 3 times too high. And the reason being that landlords are buying up the houses and renting them off for student housing. So they just rent out one room at a time. So they get stupid amounts of rent for that. So around £200 each room. People just don't have that sort of money because that's their entire income for a month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in some cases more than that. So if you've got a family of 3 and you need a 4-bedroom house, you know, so you've got 3 kids plus you and your partner or whatever, so you're after a 3 or 4-bedroom house, you can't afford it because they're around about £1,500 a month here. It's just not possible.
I missed, yeah, sure. And I missed Tony's comment here. He said, so you'll have a dingle tiger.
Dingo, honey. I want the N, not an L-E.
He's thinking of a Bengal. Bengal tiger. I'm assuming that's where he was going with that. But that's not bad there, Mr. Slapjack Happy. So you got tomorrow off, Gary?
I do.
And what's on the agenda on your one and only day off?
Well, I'm not sure. I think that Tammy's probably got some plans. I know we got my Aunt Sue's 50th wedding anniversary party is tomorrow, so we'll be attending that. And also, I know Devil Dog's got a program he's starting at 7:40 tomorrow, and he'll be going live, and I'll be going live, I expect, after him. Plus, I have a very shocking video that's coming out. I think it's at about 10 a.m. Shocking.
Shocking. Electricity. Shocking.
No, it's a shocking video. I guess I can give away the surprise. I don't say anything during the whole video.
Jeez, that is shocking.
I know.
I'd be amazed. So who does the talking, or is it just a?
It's more of an action flick.
Yeah.
It ain't that much action, so. But it's a video I did of me cutting my hair. So all I did was cut my hair. It's boring, really.
Well, that'll
But
be.
it could be useful to someone.
Yeah.
You know, it could be useful to someone.
Well, hey, people watch. I swear to you, I do not know what people want. I did a video of me cutting the grass, and people watched it.
You got that right. I watched that one.
There are whole channels out there that all they do is cut grass, and I tell you what, they've got millions of subscribers. So you know.
And if you say out here you're cutting the grass, someone's going to come over and get you, because that means you're playing with someone else's missus. If you're cutting the grass, that's Australian. Did they say that over there? No, you haven't heard that one?
No.
Haven't it? Oh, well, that must be an Australian thing. I thought that was everywhere.
Mm.
There's a new one for you, Gary.
Well, I heard a joke similar.
Don't come to Australia and say, "Hey, can I come next door and cut the grass?"
I hadn't heard that joke. There was a similar joke, but joke along that lines, but I hadn't heard that since I was probably around 12, 13 years old.
Wow.
Well,
And I mean, it's an interesting saying, but no, I'm not real familiar with the term. It is new to me here in I guess in that context.
What I plan on doing tomorrow will be walking down to the beach that I filmed on the live that you had the other day, the Emu.
Hello, WD.
Emu Bay, Emu Beach. Yeah. So
Nice.
well, it's just down the road. I didn't think it was nice, but everyone was raving about how nice it was. So you know what? I'll just walk down there, and they're like, I was getting in my head, I have to be a filmmaker, I have to do this, I have to do that. I don't think I have to anymore. I think people are saying, geez, that's fantastic and that looks great. Well, I suppose it is if you haven't seen it before. But
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
interesting because it's new.
I think that's my new strategy. A couple of videos a week of something that's local and around, and a lovely live during the week with wonderful company, and that should be me.
Mm.
So, what have you got planned this week, Blue?
Well, I've got a couple of videos I need to edit and finish off so that I can get them out. I've just finished up doing my entry for September collaboration, but that doesn't come out till the 16th. September, it's another collaboration, but it's run by Leanne over at Mennonite Farmhouse. Not this. Well, it's the beginning of next week that comes out. So, because I'm about to put all my social media onto privacy lockdown at this point because I'm about to be on TV. So I have to be a little bit more careful with who I add.
I tell you, my I can't put anything on social media. Like I can't put anything on Facebook. Like
Mm.
the very first singer of AC/DC, Dave Evans, right? Lovely guy. I don't know his exact age, but he's got to be 65 or up. So he's older than me. I can just tell you that for a fact. And he's still performing now in Argentina. So he's been once he got basically him and AC/DC parted real early in the piece. He went to a band called Rabbit, and Rabbit were like a glam rock band back
Yeah.
through into the 80s and not yet into the 80s. And then he basically went out with a band, and he'd say, "Come and see the very first singer of AC/DC, Dave Evans," and he'd go out and sing the one or two songs that he did, and then all the covers of AC/DC, and that was the show. And he's done that his whole career, and people either love him or hate him. So he's got a new song out. So I put it out, promoted it on Australian Radio Indie, and I talk about it a lot. And because he's such a nice guy, I want to support him. And the hate, the vile hate from AC/DC true followers,
Wow.
is amazing. And they slander it. They call him this, they call him that, and he doesn't care. He just knows it's coming.
Yeah.
But he's all about perform, and like he's still singing live now, and he's still singing live very well. And he's got a beautiful voice. And he's got to keep going. Like he said to me, I've got to keep going. I've got to stay fit. I've got to keep working, because one day I know it's just going to stop, and that's it. Like his time's gone. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it really breaks your heart. Like you put a promotion out there, and you talk about it, and you get like a 50-50 split between vile hatred and people saying, "Nice work, Dave. We love your work, mate."
I mean, if they were honestly true to God AC/DC fans, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's
They
it.
wouldn't, because
Well,
he is a part of the ACD story, whether
Yeah,
they
he's
like
the
it or not. What they are more modern, AC/DC fans. They're not.
yeah, that's
They're
it.
not true
It's-
AC/DC fans, because otherwise
Look,
they wouldn't do it.
If you haven't seen the song "Bad Ass Boy," Dave Evans, check out. It's a bit cringeworthy with an old bloke who's super fit, let me tell you, and he's in the back of a convertible driving across this bridge in, I don't know if it's Mexico or it could be South America somewhere, or it could be Mexico, I forget. But
Yeah.
they actually booked to do the film clip. They booked the local roads department. Could we film the bridge between 15 minutes? So they had all this crew ready to go, and they blocked the bridge, and they had the whole bridge to themselves, and they drove really sort of slow across the bridge while he's singing, sitting on the sitting up near the bonnet on the back of the convertible, the boot on the back of the convertible, and all these dancing girls in bikinis are all over him like a rash. But
Oh, how very 80s!
it's a fabulous clip, and it's a nice rock song. It's just a rock song, but it's a nice rock song. He's done well with it. That's picked him up lots of work. It's called Badass Boy. Let me just have a quick look.
It sounds like a Whitesnake video almost, doesn't it?
It is. Trust me, you'll love this guy, Blue, if you haven't already discovered him.
Well, I didn't know he was still doing stuff, so it shows how much I know at this point.
Yeah, well,
I mean, like, I did know about Rabbit, but I didn't know about him doing other stuff. So yeah.
well, I don't know. I suppose I can, but I'll just do this. I'm going to copy that. I think I've jumped out of my own live, have I? Oh, man.
You're still here, Jonesy.
You're still here, dude.
So if I post that there, does that come up on the...
Yep.
Well, that's the video. Check out that video. It is he's a nice guy too, and tell him Jonesy sent you if you leave a comment. But yeah, he's got a house. He's got a house in the Blue Mountains. His son is his manager. That's Mark Evans, and I'm telling you, he doesn't have to he doesn't need an agent or anybody. People just hunt him down and say, "Hey, I've got a band. I've got 15 views. Come to Brazil, or come to Argentina, or come to US, or come to wherever." Like,
Yeah.
he's actually. I don't think he's got property in Texas, but he's got a video in Texas where he's got given a badge from the local police department. He's an honorary constable. All this sort of stuff. He's
Nice.
just he's a nice guy too. Like, you gotta like good people. He sent me out. He sent me out a couple of shirts and a hat. Like, and a couple of shirts and a CD and a jumper as well. So I've kept the jumper because it don't fit me, but the goal is to squeeze into it eventually. And the two shirts, every time I wear it downtown, like, people go, "Who's David?" Like, this says Dave Evans, badass boy, right? And they say, "Who's Dave Evans?" And then that just starts the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
That's cool.
that's my song of the week for everybody out there. The whole 4 of yous in the chat, or whoever's left. But yeah, no. I just he's got a song too called "I Believe," and that's a really uplifting one. It's like, I believe in rock and roll music. I believe in what the poets say. Like the lyrics, and it's really a really positive song. If you sort of, he doesn't believe in the news. He believes in what the people, like the music and the lyrics. Yeah. That's probably 10 years old, that one, but it's one of my favorites.
You need some WD-40 up there, mate.
Yeah. Sure. Hang on. Oh, no. Thought you was asleep.
Bless him.
He's rocking in the background.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm a badass boy. That's how it starts. The song. Anyway, David.
Cool.
He's one of my favorites, Dave. I got a soft spot for old. Like, I showed you the Dragon one the other day.
Yeah.
How'd you go with that?
Loved it.
Did you discover some more songs, or did you just?
I did. I've got a new playlist on Spotify.
Well, that's lovely. They're another. That's my wife's favorite band of all time, Dragon.
Yeah.
So every time they play and we've got a chance to get there, we go. So because you never know when they're going to stop.
Well, that's it.
As soon as Todd's had enough, Todd Hunter, like,
yeah,
his legs are going on, his knees are going on him now, so he's got to sit down in a chair most of the gigs he plays. But the rest of the band's pretty cool.
Yeah. I have to admit, there's only one band that I've seen more than 5 times.
Yeah.
I've actually seen them 49 times. I never got to see them on the 50th time because, one of them passed away. And they kind of stopped after that, which I get, and that was Status Quo.
Loved Status Quo.
Loved them. Loved the Quo. Absolutely adore them.
Who was the?
And what I love about them is that they don't overcharge for their concerts.
Yeah.
They've never had. I've never paid for a ticket, or never been, seen their tickets be over the odds as far as costing goes. They do a lot of, or they did a lot of concerts that were available to everybody.
Yeah.
Not just people that could afford tickets to Wembley and stuff like that. They did a lot of smaller concerts as well, like at the Canberra Conference Centre. Because I remember the tickets being $25. you know.
What the hell's this about? You can call the show the Taz and Spaz Roll. What's wrong with you? Yeah, but anyway, you've muted yourself too, Gary. By the way, I don't know if you know, but I thought it was me. But anyway, who was the curly haired? Was he the bass player or was he the guitarist? The one with the long mullet and he ended up living in Toronto in New South Wales. What was his name?
Who's this?
The player out of Status Quo.
What, the blonde one? No.
No, not the English guy. Oh, they're all English, but
Yeah, they're all English.
what was his name? Oh man, the Bombers. He started a band in Sydney called the Bombers, but it was his name.
Okay.
And he only just die too? I'm not too sure. I think he might have. Oh, my memory's shocking.
What?
But
Do you
were
mean
fun.
Alan?
Alan Lancaster, yeah, Alan Lancaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he died? Or is he still going?
Don't know. Hang on. Let me check.
I
No,
think he
he's
might
still around.
Good.
It's only Rick that passed away. He passed
Yeah.
away in 2016.
The
But
blonde
yeah,
hair.
when he went, I know that his son did a few concerts with Quo in honor of his dad. But yeah, it kind of died off after that. I think Francis has done a few shows, but nothing major. And I don't think he's really got the heart for it anymore because obviously they started off together so young at the holiday camps, like Butlins holiday camps and stuff like that. And then they went, you know, they've had that huge journey for most of their lives, you know.
And what's your favorite Quo song?
My favorite. I can tell you my favorite album.
Oh, give me a single, but I want a single.
I can't pick one song.
Come on, just give me one. I'll see if I know it. Whatever you want.
No, it's one of their older ones, and it's Let me just
whatever you do,
give me a second.
whoever you lose.
Oh, good grief!
I got the beat going for that.
No, hang on. I seem to have lost my Spotify for some reason.
Status
Hang
Quo
on.
song. Come on, get the list out there.
It'll be much easier if I do it this way. I must have had an update or something. Oh no. Really?
What have you found? Status Quo rocking all over the world.
No, it's
India.
definitely an older one.
In the army now.
But
Whatever.
the album is The Dog of Two Heads.
Yep.
That's my favorite album because it was kind of kitschy and it was kind of folky and it was a lot more of their older stuff. Yeah, I love their newer stuff.
Caroline, was that it? Caroline.
No.
How long's WD Glock and Roll been in here? What's up, WD Glock and Roll?
Yeah, what's it?
They've been in here for a while.
Yeah.
I said hello to them earlier.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
That figures.
Come on.
You don't listen to me anyhow. That's okay.
Oh, there goes the big toot for the ships. That's the first one of the afternoon.
Yeah, see, I don't have one song. It's the album for me. It's the whole
Alright.
thing, and I listen to it start to finish.
All right, so let me just go back.
There's
from
not
there.
a one song, it's all of them because it's just that kind of album that you can do that with.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Yeah.
bit like AC/DC. There's so many albums, and they've all got their own flavor.
Yeah, but I really love that Dog of Two Head album because it really is what they were at their core. you know, and it was just after they finished their time in Germany as well.
Yep.
So it was around about then, and you know, it was very much their core stuff at the
Floyd Mitchell.
time before all of the, you know, we're in the army now and all of the big hits,
Yeah.
you know, and that's why I loved it so much.
Na 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 na. Is it? Na na na. Na na na. Railroad. Someone's learning.
Mm.
Mean girl. Just looking at the list. And tune to the music. Yeah, well, I might have to give that a listen later on tonight again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just something about the album. It's just one of those ones that you can put it off in the background and just chill, you know?
Yeah, well, my album for just sitting back, relaxing, and chilling is
Yeah.
I'm on a highway to hell. Highway to hell. And I can just put the headphones on and get on the drum kit and just be happy and do about an hour's worth of physical work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember queuing for that album back in '79. Went down to the
Yeah.
record store. It was coming out that morning at 9 o'clock. The release. You could pre-order your records, you know, but you still had to jump in the queue. And
Yeah.
you know, we were like, I don't know, 50 deep out the record shop, and everyone's all excited, and they're all coming out. Woohoo! I got mine, you know, and t-shirts and all the stuff. And mate, straight home at about 9:30, 20 to 10. Mum, like back then, I was still living at home with my mum. She's gone out that big 2-story mansion in a valley. Picture this: big sliding doors, open them right up, crank it up to like 11. Put the needle down on the vinyl, and then it just starts. And man, it was rocking. The whole windowsills were just shaking like this. And the neighbour come across about half an hour later and says, "Excuse me, young Master Jones, can you please turn it down a bit, or at least shut your windows?" So I thought I'd better play nice, shut the windows.
This isn't funny at all.
Oh,
It is.
dear.
Is it? But yeah, no, I enjoyed the moment for that album. That's stuck with me for a long time. Yeah, Midnight Oil's Blue album. Have you got that first one of Midnight Oils?
Yes.
Yes, that's another one of my favorites from
Yeah.
before they went to commercial.
Yeah.
The Angels, you know, there's so many. See, all these songs these guys don't know. The two guys sitting there, they're all going, "What are they talking about?
What?
What are they talking about?" Oh man, you've got to know. There's an album called No Exit from the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got bigger crickets than yours.
I gotta admit, you played that one rather well, Devil Dog.
Yeah, your timing's getting better, but
That's true.
turn it up to 13. That's basically what I. Well, you know what? In the end, I went and purchased some really high quality headphones, and we had this lovely Marantz record player with the equalizers and all the good gear. And you could, with vinyl, you can hear so much more going on than you can on an MP3 or a CD.
Yeah.
And man, it's just pure heaven. You can hear the rhythm guitar when it really plays, and you can hear everything happening in the background. So if you really haven't enjoyed the sound of vinyl, and I'm not talking about the new vinyls that are re-releases of MP3s, and I'm talking about you go back to the 80s and get some vinyls from back then.
MI6.
Yeah.
I want to be with you live from the Bridge Hotel.
Oh, that's a good one. You on the ARI channel, are you? I think he is.
Yep.
You might be.
My6 are another, like My6. Can you remember when they come out to Australia? My6. You remember that band? computer games, people. You know the
I know the band. Like I've heard of the band. I don't. It's not someone that I've listened to for a shocking lot of time. You know.
Well, they come over from NZ, right? So they
Right,
moved
yeah.
over. They got a house. They got a house in Sydney. I think it had 6 bedrooms, as they were telling me. And there's a song on. They've released a song called "People," and if you
Right.
listen to the lyrics about that, that's written about the house where, like, you know, band members there's 6 of them or 5 of them, and they'd all spread
Yeah.
out to their little corners of Sydney, and they'd all bring back strange. Oh, come back to the house. You know, we're having a party. You know, so all these strange, wonderful folks would come back to this house, and it was either a good place to be or it was a good place to piss off from. Is exactly what Murray Burns, the keyboard player, told me. He said, you could get back there and you could be having the best party of your life, or one of the idiots have brought back a bunch of bikies or no-hopers or whatever, and
No.
they would not leave the house. But there's a song called "People." Yeah, it's a really good one too. And when you hear the song, after you know the story behind it, it just adds so much more to the lyrics when you're really concentrating on what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I could talk forever about music, as you're probably gathering.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm trying to find my Spotify account. So it's like, hang on a second.
Blue and
I
Jonesy,
might
can you
have
read
found
chat,
it.
please?
Can I read chat? Sorry, not one. Is that 3 letters? What's 3 letters? There is no such letter as Z. What are you on about? It's the last letter of the alphabet.
That
It is.
3 letters.
That's Dave Evans live. That's what he looks like today. Like he's still going strong.
Oh, cool.
Anyway,
Z is 3 letters, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Rebecca.
that's how you say it in the States. It's not how anyone else says it.
How do you say it, Blue?
Z. That's
Zed.
how they say it. Both of them say it.
Z for Z?
Yes.
Yeah.
well, you go Z. What's the Z? XYZ. Not XYZ.
Yeah, XYZ.
Yeah. But that's how you guys say it. The rest of the world in Europe say Z.
No,
The
not
only
the rest
people
of
who
the
say
world.
Z are the ones that learned how to speak English through Sesame Street.
It's,
Hey,
I can one count
it's all about America, baby. All about America.
the count. I can see 2.
Catfish
apples
soup,
walking off the
live
tree.
blues, music, rock, music, great music.
Oh, have you heard Catfish Soup? Man, what a great blues band out of Swansea they are.
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, earthy, gritty, not like really cool, rocky blues. If you like that sort of sound. Look. This is my channel.
Okay.
This is my station. So let me have a quick look here. I'll only
C is one letter.
Ask Google.
C
What
SWE.
is Z?
Here's the definition of Z, the 26th letter of the alphabet.
Okay, ask Google what is Z.
Hey, Google, what is Z?
According to Wikipedia, Anton Zaslavsky, known professionally as Zed, is a Russian-German DJ, record producer, and songwriter. Zed grew up and began his musical journey in Kaiserslautern, Germany. His stage name, Zed, was derived from Zed, the English pronunciation, borrowing American English, for the first letter of his surname. See if you want to hear about some of his songs or learn more about his bio.
Not really.
So
Well,
there you go.
it shows you that Google was
Google
invented
never
in
said-
America.
Yeah. Google
But
said Zed was
also
a-
said that Z is the English pronunciation for, but he's from Germany. So that's how they say it. They say Z. It's how they say it in France.
I
It's how they
think,
say it
I think
across
we have
Europe.
established firmly that Z is the correct pronunciation. Google has told us this, and you know,
And Google's
That's only
always
because
right.
Google's American.
do you have something against America, Blue?
No.
It sounds like you
Blue.
do.
Blue, do you
No,
have,
what I
do you have-
have is a problem with people who don't appreciate that the rest of the world doesn't do what they do or say the way that they say.
Well, not every country speaks American.
No, they don't. And that's the point we're making, isn't it? Not everybody says Z, we say Z.
Right. Well, like I said, that's the wrong way to pronounce it.
Oh man, did you hear the lyrics then?
Wow.
Hang on. Man, hang on. No.
Hey,
Stop
I've
it. The lyrics then, if you hear the lyrics and it suits what we just said, he says, some wise ass just cut my grass, I'm going to smash him in two. So you know what the lyrics are there, what that's about. So
Is that from Zed?
no, could you hear the lyrics, by the way? Could you hear the song?
A little bit.
Well,
Sounds
you just
a little bit like that dude that you turned me on to from Australia. That's kind of a folk singer type.
yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, Lloyd Spiegel.
Yeah, I like Lloyd Spiegel.
Oh, we'll get one of Lloyd's on in a sec, but just listen to the lyrics here.
Hey, big boy, we're going to said some wise ass cut my grass. I'm gonna cut him in two. Hey, big boy.
Yeah, see, he's just
That's
someone's
Hey,
been
you
playing with
see,
citrus.
you see what Swiss Rips over there in the chat said, right? I'm in Canada. I say Z, but it's not uncommon for folks here to say Z. Tony, nobody's asking you. You're not from Canada. You're not from the UK, and obviously you want to be. So hit the road, Jack.
We love you, Tony. You're welcome in Tasmania any day, brother.
Well, yes, Zulu is military. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot Golf Hotel India Juliet Kilo Lima Mike November Oscar Papa Quebec Romeo Sierra Tango Uniform Victor X-Ray VTVW Whiskey.
Now I
Whiskey.
know my ABCs.
No. What do they call that?
X-rays.
What alphabet is that one called?
It's
The
phonetic alphabet.
phonetic. Yeah.
It's military. Police is different. Theirs is like Adam, whatever. Theirs is like names of.
Yeah, no, they use that over here.
Tony,
that-
I was joking with you, man.
Yeah.
He said, "Bye, I am done." I was kidding with you, Tony. You want me to leave, Tony? I'll leave instead.
Oh,
Hey, we
That's
saw-
all right. I got to head out anyhow. But I thought I'd say, hey,
yeah, thanks for dropping in.
it's always a pleasure.
It
Hey,
is.
from this angle, I ain't got that second, See down here, you can see my second chin. Up here, you can't see it.
It's a color. There's a bit of a grey.
Okay, you're getting like my daughter, to Gary.
What's that? Is your daughter?
Taking pictures, selfies.
I'm going to camera there, and look at that. I look like a.
okay, Rebecca.
No, it doesn't work.
Taking selfies with
I don't
the
think
camera
so.
way up there at your best angle.
I need to show if I can see that. One good-looking rooster, I'd say. Oh man, what happened there? Oh,
Hey,
no.
Rebecca, how you doing?
What happened there?
I guess Tony
Cindy,
left.
I
was just
say
messing with him.
aunt.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Sandy. I don't know if I said hello to you yet. Yeah, but hey, it's good to see you.
Yeah, Cindy, I think was on the other side.
Yeah,
What?
good
I
on
think
you, Cindy.
I think Cindy was on the bad side.
Yeah, no, she's on the. You're Luke. We're Luke Skywalker, and you're bloody Darth Vader.
She's like Z is Z. I'm who?
I don't
Would you
know.
say you're Luke Skywalker and I'm who?
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
on the dark side. If you're going to go Z, you got to go Z.
Okay, is that how we're gonna play it? I'm Darth Vader.
Actually, Darth Vader said that. So did Emperor Palpatine.
Did he? He said
Yeah.
Z too. That's the way.
Well, I don't know. Ever since they ruined that show or that series, I hadn't watched it.
No.
But anyhow, we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, Gary.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
No, no, Gary.
Try to fix my camera.
Hey, Gary. I am your father.
You can dream. Devil Dog got jokes. We'll see y'all later.
God.
Oh man, that was gold. That was gold. That was gold. Hang on, let me get back to there.
I should have told him go to bed.
Oh, he's a good sport. Yes, Cindy, he should take care. I mean, that is a lovely comment. Take care, Gary.
Hey, Coyote, how you doing, buddy? Coyote, are you still stuck in Utah again? The Down Under Cruisers, how you doing?
Yeah, they're lovely people. Just type radio in the chat there, Down Under Cruisers, and yeah, link will come up. Yeah, they're I met them through the magnificent Germany.
Hey, Blue's the
Darian.
other host. You need to put her on top and me on bottom.
What?
I said you're the there you go.
There.
I said Blue is the other host. You need to put her on top and me on bottom.
Oh, okay. Being promoted.
Well, it's the Tasmanian show, you know, the Australian show, you know, with Radio and Blue or Blue Radio or, you know, like a Blue Yeti, Blue Radio.
Oh man, every time I laugh now, this thing's wobbling. That's not the camera. That's the whole me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Coyote. You still stuck in Utah, brother?
Oh, gee willikers. Yeah. I'm gonna do away with that and stick it there.
You having fun up there?
Well, see, the quality of the other camera, like this is that camera, right?
Yeah.
I'll switch it to the laptop. Tell me if you think it's any different.
It's fine.
You think it's turn the light on maybe. Anyway, you think it's fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
You say it's fine by me. There you go.
It's fine.
I think you need to tilt it down a little bit.
The camera?
Yeah. Just a
Oh,
smudge.
there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's better.
You can hear that?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep, that's good.
It stays dark, but the other one goes lighter.
Yeah, no, I haven't got half my stuff out from my desk yet, and it's up in storage, but I've got some mic stands and stuff, but I've got a thing that I can put my webcam on with it. So that's what's going to happen. Once that stuff's down from storage, I'll be able to put my webcam where I'm not kind of diagonally in the room, which is where this monitor is. Because I've actually got 3 monitors, but just one that's hooked up at the moment.
I don't think Coyote's having a good time.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Coyote's not. Sorry to hear that, Coyote. Is Dingers and Little Yodi okay?
Oh, Jesus.
What the heck, Blue? Quit scaring me.
Pat. Listen. Stop it. God.
Blue scared the crap out of me.
She scared the crap out of me.
She done that on Tony's one, and everyone was sort of wondering what was going on.
Oh, man. The cat, man, she's trying to give me a heart attack.
Let me just switch cameras again, see what this angle looks like.
She was actually trying to crawl up my leg then, so that actually hurt because, like, really,
Ooh,
like,
yeah, the
properly hurt.
claws. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Yes, we want cuddles. What's going on? Oh, wow. I can't
Yeah.
find her clippers to do her claws with, and there's no time this week to get her to the vet.
Oh man, there it goes again. Well, that's.
So,
Do you need what? How cruel is it to do the declawing? Is that extremely?
actually takes away the top of their toe. It's incredibly cruel.
All right.
Declawing is a horrific thing, and they never recover from it, and it never heals properly. Do you mind?
Here we go. Down.
Is
Look at
that all you came up for? Scare the crap out of me and then bugger off. Okay.
Clear blue skies today. Beautiful day we've had down here today, and
Oh,
like a fool,
geez.
I've been doing lives since lunchtime.
Oh, wow.
But it is a lovely day, and the warmth from the sun earlier today was
Mm.
it was so good to feel that warmth hit the body.
Well, we're getting a bit of overcast weather, which I'm quite pleased with, actually, because I could do with some rain. Yeah, she does uber purring, what we call uber purring. She purrs so loudly and so hard that she just literally just drools everywhere because she's got no teeth anymore because she's so old.
Well, that's cruel to take her teeth out. That's worse than pulling her claws out.
I didn't
Blue.
take her teeth out. They fall out as they get older. Yeah, thing. Seriously. Trying to be good. Not swear. It's not happening. You're going to make me say something really naughty in a minute. Good God.
Who wants to bet I can make Blue cuss him before the show's over?
Yeah.
You don't want to get me started cussing because seriously, Jonesy would get banned. His whole channel would get banned. Some of the words I use, seriously, there's a reason my hair's curly. That's what I'm saying.
My phone just vibrated crazily.
Even my son is scared because my swearing has developed to that point.
Hey, I've just got
know?
to. Can you just hang on for a minute? Someone take over while I'm just going to sort
Yeah.
something out.
Blue can take over.
Get on your
Blue
phone.
can take over.
Oh man, I
Blue's
didn't know.
cat when she pulled her teeth out.
I didn't pull her teeth out. They fell out. She just keeps coming up to me and there's another bloody tooth missing. You know, it's like, what are you doing? She's indoors. It's not like she's going out fighting any other cats. She's not allowed to be outside because she had cat flu a few years ago. So, yeah.
The Down Under Cruisers, it is 2:13 a.m. here in the great state of Texas.
So claim my cussing was because I was a ginger. I'm not being a ginger. Up until this point, my hair was blue, though. For the last 15 years, it's been blue. I haven't re-dyed it this year. I kind of just couldn't be bothered. You know, but there is a reason that my name is what it is. I mean, you know, my work name, because of the art that I do, I had the work name of the Blue Pixie, and my work name is the Blue Pixie Studios. So, because of the houses and stuff that I make from clay and that kind of stuff. But, but the reason that it's the Blue Pixie, it was so that kids would just think it's because I wear blue clothing and my hair's blue. But adults would understand that the fact is that I actually turn air blue when I speak. So, yeah, that's kind of why it's spelt the way it is and why I ended up with the name that I did. So, yeah. Woo.
I'm back.
You're back. Ta-da!
Sorry about that, but
It's all right.
I got a phone call from the wife.
Woo.
Well, she's just there. And I thought, what was that all about? Hello. Yes, well, you're getting better. I got a phone call from the wife, and
Oops.
I've roasted there thinking it's got to be a problem. And
Wait, why didn't you have your phone on silent, Jonesy?
it vibrated. It was on silent.
Oh, okay. Whoops. What I hit? I didn't mean to do that.
Anyway,
Some of these
as
are
I
way too
was,
long. That one was an accident. I was moving the mouse and it accidentally clicked on something.
yeah, as I was saying. Anyway, hey Jake, how you going? Yeah, it was. Usually this she'd only ring if something's really wrong. But anyway, I get in there and so she rang me by mistake. So, yeah,
So
she's
you went
ringing.
in. You didn't answer the phone. You went in to see what she wanted, or what?
Yeah, no, if she rings, she could have fallen, or she could have. Yeah, she's.
So
She had a
did you
stroke.
answer the phone, or did you go in to
No,
see?
no, I just said I got to go, and I just took off. But she was trying to ring my daughter, and she just rang the wrong number. So but she's in there. I think the two of them have been playing. I'm not sure what. It's a little. I don't know what it is. It's a little thing about this, like a game station about this big,
Mhm.
and it's got a screen on it. You can either play on the screen or you can connect it to the internet.
Switch?
And it could be, for all I know. Anyway, they're playing Splatoon and all these old Mario Kart games and Marios, and like they're reliving. The daughter's reliving her youth, I'm assuming, and the wife's having a great old time because she used to play with the kids when they were little,
Nice.
so she knows the games and she's kicking their butt. And the daughter was getting yeah, the daughter's in the sunroom talking to the cat, and the wife's watching the 4 o'clock news or the 5 o'clock news or something around nature. Yeah, so wonder what did you see the AFL the other night? How the poor old Tigers got done by a call by kicking it over the post.
No.
Who's from
I
Melbourne?
don't
here?
really get a lot of AFL over here because we don't have like terrestrial or cable TV because we refuse to pay for a license. So because you have to pay a lot of money for a license over here for TV, and we refuse to pay it. So we only get streaming TV.
And see, Down Under Cruises aren't very far away from their 500, as I recall. So, how are you going, guys? How's your attempt at cracking that milestone? Because we were on that chat the other night. That's a job for you there, Devil Dog. Where is Devil Dog? He's disappeared on me.
What's up?
There we-
I just what the heck?
No, Down Under Cruises hit 500 today. Are you exactly 500? Or have you got a few over as a backup?
Yeah, 502 by the look of it.
Wonderful. That deserves a round of applause.
Yay!
Hang on. Blue, I can't see you, Blue. There you go. Now you can do it all over again.
It's a round of applause. Well done.
Yeah, well done. It is a milestone. Everyone strives to get there and then try to get it to stick. And then once it all settles down and sticks, and you get your community page, whatever it is, and then you go for the big one. Then you go, okay, I got to get the 600, got to get the 700. Can I get to 800? And then everyone seems to stall, is what I can gather, because
Don't like footy.
Oh, good on you. Who said that?
What is footy?
Yeah, that's football.
AFL.
Do not like footy. That's all right, mate. I'm a soccer man, to be honest. But
What footy
I'm a
don't
new-
they like?
oh, that'd be the AFL because it's the
AFL.
finals, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
from Melbourne. They're from Melbourne, so I'm talking Devil Dog into being a Hawks supporter for next year because at least they play 6 games in Tasmania. So I'm gonna have to set him up with a scarf and a hat. You know, he can be woo, go the Hawks. And let's see if he understands any of that. But
Not yet.
I'll invite you to a game. You can come down anytime you want. I'll get you a ticket.
Not yet, but I will understand it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There used to be a rumor around saying that AFL was designed for cricketers in the off season.
I'll
But
tell you what, they are the fittest athletes in any of the sports. I can say
they're
that.
bonkers.
What is
They've also
cricket?
got the shortest and tightest shorts. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Cricket.
Singlets and underwear, and they're smashing it.
Singlets and underwear, pretty much.
Baseball.
And on first
I was
base,
gonna say, isn't that baseball?
Devil
It is
Dog.
baseball.
Hang on, Devil Dog stepping up to the plate. Oh, that's a good one.
Missed it.
Oh, that's a strike. That's strike one.
Well, if we're gonna do that, I got to do this. That's baseball.
Okay, who are they?
That's the Houston Astros.
Well, I could read.
2017. It's Houston's baseball team. They're World Series champs in 2017.
So they haven't got a problem.
What do you mean got a problem?
Houston. We got a problem. We haven't got enough coconuts to get home.
I have to admit, Down Under Cruises, that during the Warwick Kappa days, that was during my 20s. I have to admit.
Remember that song? you did?
But I'm aware that a lot of my friends at the time who were gay men used to watch him quite regularly. And I was told, I used to know when his pants split because they would come and tell me. I get it. They'd come and tell me because I didn't used to watch AFL. But what I did do, because there was a group of us single mums who used to get together and watch Play School with the toddlers when Simon was on.
Oh man, I'm gonna kill you.
When Simon was on Play School, I can absolutely guarantee you every mum made their toddler watch it.
Oh man, this camera's killing me. Absolutely killing me. It's gonna stay up there. I might have to stand up now. But anyway, yeah. Well, I enjoy one of my goals. I was in the States and we went to an NBA game. The Memphis. Yeah, let's see if it tilts over. We went to an NBA game. We were in Memphis down in Beale Street, as you do. We're watching music and having a few beers and having some dinner, and then all these crowds of people started walking by, and as you say to the barmaid, "What's going on?" And she's, "Oh, the game's on." That's all we got. The game's on, and we go, oh, "Okay." So we finished our drink. I looked at me mate Carl, who was the bass player, and said, "Well, let's follow the crowd." So we just walked in all the way up to, you go down Beale Street and hang a right into their stadium, whatever that was called, or their basketball arena. And it wasn't a real full house, but it was fun. They got smashed. They got beat by about 30 points. So they got really hammered. And it was funny because we were still drinking beer, and it was we were having a good old time, just laughing and carrying on. And like, if you know how teams really get annoyed with, like not hecklers, but people who don't really know what they're talking about. Anyway, when Memphis scored a bucket or a goal or whatever you want to call it, we went Aussie, 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 and then oi, 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 and then that was like people turned around looking at us and they go, what are these guys on? And then by about the third time they scored, we had about 30 people saying it. So they scored a bucket, it was Aussie, 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 and then everyone else was going oi, oi, oi. So, I don't know if it was the beer talking, but we definitely had some fun that night.
You started something.
Yeah, that's it. It's two stupid Aussies walking into a basketball game. I got some photos on my Facebook page somewhere. But yeah, that was a fun night. Something you remember. In the middle of winter, what sport's on in your January?
In winter, football.
Yeah.
NFL.
Well, I wish we went to a game. We didn't.
See, baseball's wrapping up right now, pretty much, and football starts in a week from tomorrow, or a week from Sunday, rather. But then
Pre-season or the competition?
Huh?
Pre-season or the
No,
actual competition?
preseason's already over. Preseason ended last week, and then I think the regular season starts this week, and then not this week, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And then once football's starting to wrap up, basketball starts. And then NASCAR starts in February, I think. And it goes almost all year round.
Right. Yeah.
But I disagree a little bit with Coyote, but he's not in a frame of mind for me to actually get into it with him.
That song, I tell you what, that you know that song was written. I'm talking about this comment here. I've yet to get an American crowd to sing "The Angels" if I ever want to see your face again. Right?
Yeah.
That song was written when they were the Keystone Angels. Right? So they were in Adelaide. They're I could talk music all day, right? So they're in Adelaide. They've wrote that song. It's about one of their deceased friends who had a motorbike crash and got killed. So, and the song was, am I ever gonna see your face again? And then at the time, a few drunk punters at the front would sing out, "No way, get effed and F off," but they wouldn't say F, they'd say the full word. So it was, and Rick Brewster was telling me in an interview, it really pissed him off at the start because it was a song about their deceased mate, and it just grew legs and everywhere they went, they played this song and the crowd got into it, am I ever gonna see your face again? No way, off,
Yeah.
was the chant, and they just ran with it from then on, and they just said, you know what, that's going to be him fighting back. They tried to make it a positive. But, but he did say, we interviewed him once, and he just said it really took him aback. At the start, he got really upset with it. He wanted to give him a lecture, and they sort of talked at the end of the song, and he got his other brother Rick. Rick and the Brewster brothers? Anyway, they talked to each other and said, "Look, just let it go. Just let it go. Just get on to the next song.
Yeah.
Come on." And that's a little story for that comment.
Hey, Mike. Catterific Journey with Mike.
Hey, Mike. He's another. Mike. What's your story, Mike? You were born. You've got Australian mother. I'm assuming it was. He's got Australian heritage. He's got a.
The Hank Williams Jr. song or whatever.
Oh,
People
vaguely.
ask me, Hank, why do you drink, get drunk? Why do you roll, smoke, get stoned? Why must you live by the songs that you wrote? get laid, get effed.
Yeah.
That's what
it's,
people would shout out when he would sing that song.
Yeah, well, it's what can you say to that? To be honest, they got to run with it because it either becomes a crowd. Hey, Mike, why don't you jump on that link? Or if someone wants to jump on the link, you're more than welcome for the next little bit before we. Geez, we've been going for 2 hours. Absolutely awesome. Australian mother, American father, born in Cuba. Well, there you are, a mixture, my friend. Man, you're a cigar almost. American flavor with Australian flavor, and born in Cuba.
Mike, was your father in the military or something? Gitmo or something?
So that'd be a yes. Have to be.
That's what I'd be thinking of, is if he was born in Cuba, if Mike was American father, well, was his father born in Cuba or was he born in Cuba? Mike.
It says no, Mike was born in Cuba. Oh, I think it was Mike. Here we go. We've got
who is this?
Sean.
How you going,
Sean.
Jonesy?
Good, mate. Down under cruisers.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. It was great to hear you talk about the history of that song.
Yeah, well, I've done radio long enough to interview most of my favorites. You know, like when the Angels were playing in the late 70s, I would be at the 7 o'clock show, I'd be at the 11 o'clock show, and I'd be at the 2 o'clock show, because in Sydney at that time, you could go see the same band three times in the night. And I was one of them, t-shirt, sweaty guys, just drinking, head up and down, jumping around in the old venues in Sydney. So, yeah. But now I get a chance to talk to these guys and say, can you remember these gigs? And I'll tell you what they do. Like, you say the Castle Hill RSL, and they go, oh, man, that place, what about the load-in? Because the steps up the back to get your gear into the stage was a killer. And when you know it all, you sort of say, yeah, mate, that's a shock of that place. You know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Paramount Leagues Club, that was a beauty too, because that was an elevator. You could come straight to the side of the footpath, Connell Street, and the lift would come down. You put all your stuff up, it'd take you right to the stage. But the beauty of that place, you could get your gear in, but when the bouncers wanted to get rid of you, they stood. One guy was right next to the elevator, another guy would grab someone, and they'd drag you to there. They'd throw you in there and press the button, and it'd go down and open the doors, and you had to get out. But or they went in the elevator with you, and that wasn't a good thing.
No, because then you knew you were getting out.
Where are you from, Sean?
With a few aches and pains.
Originally,
I guess.
I'm originally from a tiny little village called Johannesburg. I moved to Melbourne.
South African.
Yep. I've had the operation. I'm now an Aussie citizen. I've been here for 43 odd years. Lived in Melbourne for that amount of time.
Well, you still said years with that accent, my friend.
They didn't get it all.
How long was you in wherever?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
I grew up there. I lived there for 17 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Went to school there.
There would have been some hard times back then, I'm imagining.
It was interesting times. We were sort of watching apartheid fall apart. There were riots going left, right, and center, and I was due to do national service. And my parents went, nah. Let me think about it for a second. Nah. So we were out of there. We actually applied to the US, Canada, and Australia was the only place that accepted us. So thank you, Aussies. Love this place.
Wait, so you lived in South Africa for 17 years?
Yep.
And then you moved to Australia and been there for 42 years?
I'm 61.
Holy cow, you don't look 61.
I didn't
That's
think
what
that
I was
either.
trying to do the math with, Sean.
You could have just asked me.
John.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy no more, Jonesy. Kick him down.
He's got the baby face assassin. Man, good-looking blokes.
I've been
like
doing
us.
karate for 40 years, so that makes a difference, I suppose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I really don't like this guy. I don't want to meet him in person.
I am a
My butt.
devout coward, you know.
I'm sorry?
I am a devout coward.
It's the best way not to. It's the best way anyway not to.
Yeah.
Hey, I done Goshen Ryu back in the day when I was playing football for karate. They said, go do this in the off season, it'll help you, you know. And the blocks, the only thing I can really get out of it was the blocks to strike
Yep.
back. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
the punch would come and you had that.
The problem was when you were playing rugby and you were using karate to help you with your rugby, you got sent off quite often. So, I mean, you know, what can I say?
No, but that's now. Back in when I played, it was like, it was like a, you know, you really had to rip someone's head off to get sent off. You know, like
Well, see, that's like the NFL too. You know, American football, the NFL, National Football League. I mean, used to back in the day, man, they would just about let everything go, you know, and it was fun, a lot more funner than it is now, where they throw a flag on freaking everything.
But hang on a second, Devil Dog. There's one thing I want to learn about your game. I mean, okay, footy, you come on, you're off in 90 minutes. Rugby, about the same. American
Footy is
football,
AFL, right, Jonesy?
Yeah.
Footy's AFL,
AFL,
and then
he's-
the rugby. Okay.
Now,
Sean's from Victoria. And AFL's king down there.
yeah, it used to be VFL, now it's AFL. That was way back, showing my age, right? But now with American football, like you guys go on and you almost have a birthday party, a Christmas party, and a National Service Day party before the game is over.
And the poor old staff in the stands are wondering, when are we going to go home?
Exactly.
Okay, so what's your question? Because it seems like you know the game.
Well, I don't understand. Why do you have two teams running on in the first place? Like offense, defense. I mean, seriously.
And stoppages. Like stoppages
Correct.
are amazing. You know, like
Correct.
AFL.
I have to agree with this. Like,
Okay.
you know,
Okay. Let me answer your questions. Number one, okay, the NFL, they're wearing pads, you know, thigh pads, knee pads, shoulder pads, sometimes everything else. So they're not just running around in shorts and, you know, everything else, okay? So that's one thing. They're carrying extra weight, okay? Number two, these guys, some of them are 350, close to 400 pounds, the linemen and stuff, okay? Try to get a 400-pound guy running back and forth without no breaks. See how long till they fall over without a heart attack or something. Okay?
Mate, we call that a scrum.
Yeah.
Number three. No, you're asking. I'm giving you reasons. Okay?
No, please. Yep.
Number three, we call plays. We have strategy, okay? So the offense calls different plays, whether it's a run play or a pass play. In Australian football, they just throw the ball around willy-nilly to whoever. It's like when we were kids, we played kill the man with the ball, or it's also called smear the, you know, whatever. But, you know, we played that when we were a kid and stuff.
Yeah.
But
the strategy's there because it's like a chess game at fast forward. Like everyone's in positions. If you lose your position in AFL, there's a hole, and then the opposition can get the ball to a free man, and that free man can take it all the way down the field, and there's points to be scored. So it's like a game of chess, and each player holding their position has to hold their position. Otherwise, that's what happens.
Well, see, with the AFL, you just score points by kicking the ball between the field goals, right? Or between the goal posts, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, see, in the NFL, we have to score by crossing the goal line for one, and then we kick an extra point. Or if they don't, on fourth down, a lot of times, if they don't get into the end zone, they kick a field goal. So, you know, you got a 7 points. You can get 3 points. You can get the extra point, which is 1, or you can get a safety, and that's if they tackle the man in the end zone.
But you see, we get all of that in rugby. I mean, you get all of that in rugby. The guy drops the ball, it's a try. The guy kicks the ball through the post, he gets an extra couple of points. The guy does a drop kick, he gets 3 points. I mean, we get all of that in rugby. Aussie rules, It's a bit questionable.
But
Yeah,
in
well,
rugby, they do it without the padding.
Correct.
Okay, because I remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was an American football team that came over here to the UK and did an exhibition game of rugby union at Cardiff Arms Park with the Welsh rugby team. And they 15 minutes in went, no, not doing it anymore.
Okay.
And they literally walked off the pitch. They weren't willing to do it anymore because there's no padding, no helmets, no nothing.
Okay, I am done. I am
So,
in the
I'm just
middle.
saying.
I am in the middle of a panel full of foreigners and one Jack. Never mind. I ain't gonna talk to Coyote.
You got an ally now.
And
he knows I'm gonna start something when he gets quiet.
no, because you're not in the mood to freaking hear me, Coyote, on this.
Oh, but see, you already said it. I got to come up and say something now.
No, you're not in the
feel
mood
like-
because if you
I
go
feel
up,
like crap, but I got to say,
and
American
Auslander over here is
football
giving me heck
players-
too because he's an Aussie over there.
American football players are the wimpiest P-word people, money-hungry little bait crybabies I've ever seen in the whole world, and I've been around the world numerous times. I would rather go watch Australian football or
Okay,
British
go do it. That's your opinion.
football because
Oh, no,
they don't.
I reckon-
I'm not
reckon
getting
the,
$1 million
Premier League
to
footballers over
play
here are a
football.
bunch of wimps as well, to be fair.
Well, see, now he's run off.
No, he's down there.
He's run
he hasn't-
away. Oh, no.
I get so mad because I did 8 years in the military. I served my country, and I hear all these football players
did I.
and everything. What? I'm only making $250,000 to play
Yeah.
football.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
well,
is
I've been
honestly,
shot at. I've
honestly,
shot people,
okay, but
and I don't
honestly,
get paid that much.
okay, well,
Professional
military is
sports
paid
like
by
that.
government. Military is paid by government. You wasn't
So
drafted.
why
you
won't they
enlisted.
give me some heart blood pressure medicine to make me feel better right now? They should be bringing me some freaking pills right here, so I'm not having high blood pressure and having issues that I'm having. But no, I gotta wait till I get back to my doctor back in my state to get my medication.
Hey, Coyote. First things first. Thank you for your service.
Thank
Second
you.
thing.
Oh, he's jumped right down now.
Yep.
Sorry.
I'm sorry to say that there's very little respect for the people who have served, and so I'm saying thank you for your service. But I also feel very much for guys like you that have had to go through stuff, and the medical fraternity, in their wisdom, do what governments allow them to do, and so governments have made life difficult for servicemen.
And that's
Now-
ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
'Cause, I live up in Washington. I drove to Texas. Well, when I got to Utah, engine blew up. So I had to get head gasket. 38 days I slept in this camper in this parking lot waiting for them to fix my truck. Well, finally made it to Texas. I got my new puppers here and I'm on the way back to Washington. Well, the other day I broke down in Colorado. Fuel pump went out. Then my tooth cracked in half and it got infected. My whole face was all swollen up. I went to the VFW across the road and I begged somebody for some antibiotics because I can't just go to the dentist and be seen because the VA won't cover that. So I'm sitting there all swollen up and can't get
See,
help.
but the truth is, Coyote, you're in the wrong country. If I may be so blunt, I mean,
Well,
in Australia,
now I'm in Utah. It's the first place I broke down. With the truck broke down a third time.
you need a new truck.
The transmission line broke on it now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And now, yesterday, I was trying to set up the camper and I had a heat stroke and passed out in the camper and woke up to both my dogs sitting right beside me like, dude, you all right? And I can't keep anything down right now. I've been throwing up so bad. Everybody's drink water. Drink. I'm allergic to water. I can't drink straight water.
You need to
And
just
I
stay
didn't even
cool.
have the energy to make Gatorade. I was so bad. But I finally got some Gatorade made, and I'm sucking on some Gatorade. So,
Yeah, but don't gulp it down. Just sip at it.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing good, so I'm not staying up here long. I like putting my 2 cents in about football because I hate it with a passion. I mean, excuse me for what I'm going to say, but my definition of football is a bunch of grown ass men playing grab ass in tight ass pants, chasing a ball that looks like my right nut.
But he looks like he sounds like an Aussie, right?
You're not wrong,
does,
mate. He's not wrong.
No,
Well,
but
I've been to Perth, Australia twice.
yeah, nice.
I've been there twice too. I went back to Melbourne. No. There's nothing wrong with Perth. It's a nice place.
Oh, I loved Perth. It was an awesome place.
That's where
But
most
that's
South
the only
Africans.
place I've been in Australia. But I
Oh,
was
beautiful
on
city.
a U.S. Navy ship, the USS Kurtz, and we went there twice. And so that was my time in Australia. But we won't talk about that here.
No. All it goes on tour stays on tour. Usually.
Listen, Jonesy, you were right. Perth is the place that most South Africans are because that was the first place that the plane stopped and they all got out and said, thank God we're not back in that place.
Yeah, no, and it would be hard for someone like yourself, like because you'd obviously love with the place you grew up and the place you know the homesickness and all that sort of stuff, but it is on another hand, you're sort of glad to get away from all the corruption, all the stuff that goes on in that country, into another country, which, you know.
To be honest, I'm one of those, like my wife Ilana says to me, I want to go back to the country you were born in. I look at her and I go, yeah, no. I've only got cousins there, and the last place I want to go is back to South Africa. Been there, you know, and now we're getting South Africa has apartheid in reverse. So it's becoming, I mean, you guys would remember what happened to Zimbabwe Rhodesia, right?
Yeah.
Where the Zimbabwean dollar became defunct. They didn't trade in it anymore. The South African rand is going the same way. For example, I was told that a liter of petrol is $27.
Yeah, wow. A liter.
Right? A liter.
When I went to Texas, gas prices were like $3.89 a gallon. Up in Washington, when I left, it was $5.60 a gallon.
Still cheaper than here.
It's still cheaper than here, unfortunately, mate. You're not winning that battle. Unfortunately, we're stuffed.
Even right here in Utah, it's like $4.29.
We're paying about $8.
Well, I remember in Japan, I was stationed in Japan for 8 years. That was the home port for the ship I was on. And it was almost $10-15 a gallon for gas there. And I mean, a beer was $10.
Well, I think we're there now.
I'd hate to see what it's like now.
Yeah.
But, well, sorry to hit and run, but I had to mess with Double Dog.
You take care, brother.
He's Marine and I'm Navy, so we're always screwing with each other. I call him Jarhead and he calls me Squid.
All right.
So,
well, thanks for popping up, mate. And I honestly hope everything. It's like a circle, mate. Surely you've had so much drama. The good times are just about to come back.
Absolutely.
Well,
you know,
I trust in what he wants me to do.
Yeah.
And I've been dead 3 times. I've been through it all. I've done it all. But my motto for my channel is never give up. And so I just do what I do and have fun with what I got. And if God wants me to do something, then I do it. But if not, then I don't. And so I just It's like the day I was leaving Texas, Big Matt, because that's who I went and stayed with, was Big Matt, outdoor with Big Matt.
Yeah.
Like this little puppy that I just was showing you there, got him or her from him.
Oh,
And
nice.
his wife and father-in-law and mother-in-law were like, dude, we're having major rainstorms. You shouldn't be going nowhere. Don't worry about it. God's got me covered. I never had one drop of rain hit me until I hit Colorado. And then that night in Colorado, when the truck broke down there, I got a little bit of sprinkles. And I called them up and I was like, so how's the weather? They're like, dude, we got swamped. We got so much rain. And I'm like, never saw one bit of it. They're like, what? Hey, God just said, go this way.
Yeah. Well,
I stayed under his little umbrella all the way out of Texas. So
things happen for a reason. I just
exactly. And it's like I was stuck here for 38 days, which I really hope this doesn't. Yeah. But I figured I met somebody here to let them know, don't give up, keep going, buddy. And so I just trust to do what he wants me to do. So, but with that, God bless.
Yeah, mate.
never
God bless
give up.
you. Yep. All the best.
We'll catch y'all later. I'm
All
gonna
right, thanks,
go
mate.
back to bed.
Take it easy, buddy.
And Devil Dog, I didn't mean to make you hurt yourself there. I hope you forgive me.
He's having a good conversation with Auslander. So, hey, Sean, how does see ya, Coyote. How does a guy who, I'm assuming you're I was watching your first video, I think it was, where you were saying you're a first aid trainer?
Yep.
Or you used to be, or is that what you
Still
do?
am.
Yeah,
I
well,
run an RTO.
nice. And how does a guy like that get into the enjoyment of cruising?
Right.
Let's
It's
hear
magic.
the story. Let's hear the story.
Well, it was just before our wedding, 6 years ago. My wife and I, Ilana and I, were looking at something to do for our honeymoon time period. And we thought, well, hang on, let's look at other things. So we thought, okay, let's get onto a cruise ship. Let's just, compare it cost-wise to flying over somewhere, staying in a hotel, doing accommodation, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So we looked at it and we thought, yeah, okay, let's give it a try. And do it once, you'll never do it again. Got on the cruise ship, and man, the rest is history. It was just, we unpacked. There was as much entertainment as we wanted. It was as much food. I mean, you walk on the damn thing as a visitor, and you get loaded off as cargo. I mean, it was just phenomenal, the amount of food that's available, and the entertainment that was there. And you wake up in the morning and you're in a new place. So what better way to travel than look at everything, have as much entertainment as you want, and eat as much as you want, and drink as much as you want, and don't have to pack up and move.
No, the cruises are wonderful. Like for that, it's a lot of my mates do the music scene on cruises.
Yep.
And plus, not to mention the rock cruises and the country rock cruises and a lot of my friends. Actually, one of my best friends' daughter, she was in a band and they done the Caribbean cruises out of America somewhere, and because they did that for 5 years, that helped them get their residency papers for the US.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
now they've bought a house in not Memphis, over there in the other country music threshold. Jeez, I'm having an old man's moment. But yeah, they bought this nice house just out of town, and
Nashville.
Nashville. Jeez, thanks, Sean. Oh man,
Took me a while.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 Nashvilles, or might even be 3 actually.
Yep.
And anyway, now the dad, who's my mate, he's gone over there to visit her and seen all the festivals that they go in, and they're in a little group called they're a duo, the husband and wife team, and what are they called? Leaving Lennox, because they were from Lennox Heads up in New South Wales.
Yep.
And yeah, so and they've created a whole, like in Sydney, and same as Melbourne, really, the music scenes are really dead unless you can get a run with a tribute act or something like that. But it's very hard to make a dollar. Well, she took the bull by the horns, and her and a partner, and next thing you know, they've got married on the cruise ship after a couple of years of touring, and now they're residents in the US and really making a good living. And now the dad wants a piece of the pie, so he's in that band Love Child.
Yep.
That's a favourite band of mine in Sydney. So I wish them all the best. I hope everything goes well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, look, I don't know about you, Jonesy, and Blue. I don't know much about you, but I'm happy to learn more about you. But I look at what this pandemic has done, and it has wrecked a number of industries. I mean, there's a group that we've had on our live, a group called the Pacific Bells, bunch of girls that do the Andrew Sisters imitations.
Yeah. I know.
And man, tell you what, their music is great, but they've been hit hard. Music has gone to pot right now, unfortunately. So
the biggest issue that we have over here in the UK, where I'm based right now, is Brexit.
Yep.
Because all the bands that used to go and cut their teeth and stuff over in Germany and across Europe and stuff, they can't afford to anymore.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you go, you've got to get the visas, because obviously there's no open doors anymore. So and then they've got to get a whole heap of other paperwork done, and it's not worth their time and money to do it, because they don't end up any better off than they would have before.
How many people lost? Cruising. I was just going to say the cruise industry absolutely smashed.
Yeah. Well, it's picking up now. I mean, Australia was apparently the second largest cruise community in the world.
See, they don't really think of that over here.
Yeah.
It would be something to promote to UK bands, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's more the festival scene and touring around Europe in summer during the festival scene that most of them do now over here. That's kind of the community that is here. And that's where they make their most money, is doing that. But it's not worth their while to do half the stuff anymore. So it's like,
How's I mean, with Ireland having a border running through it, one end being EU and the other end being England, so to speak, or the UK. I wonder how they manage with this Brexit nonsense.
There's a lot of politics around that right now. There's either one of two things are going to happen. Either Northern Ireland is basically going to be emancipated and given back to Ireland, and it'll just be one country. Or there's going to be a great big wall that's going to have to be built down the entire border of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. That nobody wants, nobody's willing to pay for, no one wants. It's just ridiculous. So at the moment, it's pretty much an open border between both parts of Northern Ireland. There isn't.
The question I would have then is,
but
how hard would it be for them to give Northern Ireland back to Ireland?
Oh, it's a pride thing. It's a pride thing, and
why am I not surprised?
Yeah. Well,
so
like I follow the football, like soccer, the football, and in Ireland there's a channel Footy Adventures. A young bloke, he does Scotland really well. He's an English guy living in Scotland, so he goes to all the games. I like watching the highlights, but this guy's great because he's in the crowd. He talks to people, and he just done the tour of Ireland in the off season, because the off season is Ireland's football season,
Yeah.
They play summer there, and he was showing us like he's driving down here now. He's in Northern Ireland, and now he's not. And this team plays in the Northern Ireland League, but they're actually stationed in Ireland or the Republic of Ireland or whatever it's called. And he was just saying stuff like it's absolutely crazy. The whole there's 2 leagues playing there. It's such a small place to have all that advertising revenue and all that sort of stuff divided.
I reckon politicians should become musicians.
Well, yeah, they might see the real world.
I'd like them to go and live up in a tenement flat for 12 months on the money that they expect other people to live on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a great, yeah. That's
You know, to be fair.
Constitutional Carpenter, welcome in.
I mean, they did social experiments a few years ago where, you know, a politician had to live there for like a week or 2 weeks. But, you know, and apparently their eyes were opened. But frankly, it's not good enough. 1 or 2 weeks is nothing. Try doing it for, you know, a month,
1 or 2 months,
3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then tell me.
Yeah, the rich and famous doing their sleep out in winter for the homeless, you know, like, and they make a big song and a dance of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and they've got the nice, warmest sleeping bag.
They do.
That sort of turns me a little bit, but
yeah,
I'm
in York Central right now. We have 27 confirmed people sleeping in doorways, just down the main streets.
Yep.
27 people confirmed cases sleeping in the streets or down the main street of York. That's just one area of York and down the main thoroughfare in town. That's not like the marketplace. That's not wider areas. And of course, I mean, it's coming into autumn here and the temperatures are dropping, and then it's going to get into winter, and it looks like it's going to be a really rough winter because it was a really rough summer.
You know how cold Tassie is.
Yeah.
And we're in the winter, and I haven't seen any homeless anywhere. And on the news about, say a month ago, they were talking about one of the hotels that was designed. They got it COVID ready, so they got it ready for all the hundreds and hundreds of people that were going to go in there in isolation, which obviously didn't happen. Not one person went into this hotel, but the government booked this place in Burnie actually, and booked it all for paid accommodations for months and months and months, and nobody went in there. So one of the local government guys said, I'll tell you what, let's put this to the parliament to for any homeless out there, they can utilize the services that we're paying for. And sure enough, they're starting to obviously they're coming out of the woodwork wherever they've been sleeping, but now they're getting looked after until that funding for the COVID hotel finishes. But that was one good thing I've seen locally down here. But it's so cold, you could not believe if anyone could be sleeping out in the street.
Well, instead of dealing with the issue here, what they did during lockdown is, yes, they took the homeless off the streets, put them in the hotels that weren't being used so that hotels could keep going, put in isolations in there. The day lockdown finished, they booted them all out. So instead of using that time to find them accommodation and help them into that accommodation, which places like Denmark and Finland and places like that did,
hey,
booted them back out on the street the day lockdown finished. See you, bye.
Auslander, don't tell him any secrets. What's going on? He's trying to set me up. Yeah, but anyway, Tasmania. I'll tell you what, Tasmania is the hidden jewel of Australia.
It is. I couldn't agree more.
It is.
And you know why it's the jewel?
Because it's separated from the mainland.
No, I've never been there.
Well, you got to make a change, man. You got to get over.
Yeah,
It is. Like, honestly, there's so, like, we've decided, we've been here a number of times, and we've only just moved in really about come up 7 months now. We've only been down here, So full time anyway. But it was the wife's. Yeah, she was sick, and then when she come good or got better, it was let's do this before we get too old, or we'll never do it. So down we came, and I wish I'd done it 20 years ago. You know,
Yeah,
it's like everything in life.
absolutely. You know, we get hung up on our on life, and then we forget about taking time to smell the roses. And
That's
then
it.
when you get to smell the roses, life changes a little bit, and I wonder why.
Oh man, like I tell this story a lot. When there goes me mouse, I tell this story. My dad, he passed away over 10 years ago, and on his last, I was with him on his last day, and he was pretty well. He wasn't supposed to die that night. He died of pneumonia, but he had other issues. So anyway, long story short, he said to me, "Enjoy every moment. Do what's good for you. You know, take opportunities when they get offered, because you never know, that opportunity mightn't arise again." And he said a lot of other stuff about, you know, like looking after yourself, looking after your family, and just life's too short. You never know when it's going to stop. And you know, like he dies that night, and that sort of ingrained, I should say, into my psyche. So every time there's an opportunity anywhere with anything, I jump on it. Hence, I'm here now doing this, because, you know, like 6 weeks ago, I wouldn't waste too much time on YouTube, but I took the opportunity when it arose, and I've met all these lovely people, and
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
I can spread the word of the music. That's my goal, is to spread the word of music that no one hears. So that's what I do. You know, that's my thing.
I like your tidbits of info, actually.
I'm full of them, I tell you.
Hey, Jonesy, are you a dad?
3 daughters, mate. Yep.
Happy Father's Day for tomorrow.
Yes, and to you.
Thank you.
I'm assuming you've got a few little whippersnappers running around.
I've got a couple rugrats. I mean,
that's it. Well, how old's the youngest?
Well, my baby's 27.
Well, there you go. Well, you're doing better than me. My youngest is 25, and my oldest is 35.
Yeah, my oldest is 37.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's you know, and we moved away. Like, one of them come with us because she wanted to enjoy the benefits of coming with us, and we got a 5-bedroom house, 2 stories. So she's got the bottom floor and doing her thing and having a great old time. And the wife's happy that, you know, one of the girls have come with us, and the other 2, one runs a club in New South Wales, and she's doing really well, and the other one's doing forensic science and moving to Canada, but could be America. But who knows? She's got her head screwed on. Oh, they all have, really. So, yeah, you know, you wouldn't change things.
No.
Wouldn't change
you can
things.
only wish the best for your kids, and then you get on from there, you know.
Yeah.
As long as they come up good and they do pretty much what you would have done, well, not exactly better
That's it.
than you would have done, then you know you've done a good job. What about you, Blue? Kids?
I honest to God, I really prayed that my kids didn't turn out like me. And certainly didn't do their 20s like I did.
No, man, no. Man.
I would play
this, Blue, but this would be demeaning if I played that. I better turn it off.
Because you got to be careful what you reach for, and your kids are far more like you than you expect them to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, my eldest is 31. He lives across town from me here. My youngest is 26. It's either 25 or 26. I think it's 26 this year.
It's I'm counting backwards now anyway.
Because math is hard. So yeah, he's 26 this year, and he lives on the Gold Coast. But he's he took his rebellious years a step too far several times and got himself locked up for it. So, you know, he's trying to get himself back on track, but you know.
Now wait a minute. I have to ask you the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did this when he was home with you, that he misbehaved.
Oh yeah, he's some of it.
So you sent him down to the colonies like all the other crims that were. No, sorry.
No, he was born
Yeah.
and raised in Australia, so I left him
Blue-
there.
Blue's part Tasmanian.
My dad was from Tassie.
I'll shut up then.
I was
Just
born
gotta
in
go-
Canberra,
yeah.
but my dad was from Tassie. Yeah.
So
And I
I'm a
brought my
Heinz
kids up in
57
Newcastle
variety.
and Queensland, so yeah.
So I'm a Heinz 57 variety. My dad was born in Mozambique.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in South Africa. My kids
Yeah.
are born here.
Well, my mum's from Wales, and that's where I grew up mostly, was in Wales, and did most of my schooling up there and spent a lot of my adult life there as well. So,
Gotta love
yeah.
Tom Jones. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
baby. Tom Jones, he's a big fan of yours.
I
Bush boy?
met him one time when I was just after I'd had my first son, actually,
Uncle Tom.
where I had my very first job, and you know, my son was about 3 months old. It was just before I brought him over to Australia. He walked into, there was a little cafe in Cowbridge called, or a bistro, wine bar bistro thing back in the 90s that was called Penny Farthings. Okay. And, you know, this in the day when lasagna was thought of as a posh meal. Okay. You know, that was posh if you had that with salad rather than with peas and chips, you know. So yeah, that was but he walked in there and demanded on a Saturday night when we had 2 full booking, like totally rammed packed full of people for 2 seatings that had previously booked, he demanded the place be shut down so he could eat.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Tom Jones isn't as nice as he seems to think he is.
What an obnoxious prick.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Whether he's mellowed now or not, I don't know. But I certainly wouldn't want to say hello to him if I was sitting in the same room. He's not someone that I would want to deal with because he literally threw his toys out the pram in the middle of the restaurant.
See, John Farnham's had some surgery on cancer
Yeah.
in the mouth.
Yeah.
Have they zipped it shut? Sorry.
Huh? What was
That's
that?
me bad. So sorry. I'm a bad child.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I just hope that he recovers quite well again.
Yep.
I don't wish anybody any harm.
No, I wasn't wishing him harm.
No, you weren't. Yeah, I know you weren't.
you remember? Do you know Sean Mental as Anything, the band?
Sure do.
Yeah. About you, Blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's their latest release. Right, it's called the 5-track EP,
Wow.
and that's signed by the late Grady Smith.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude.
He sent it to me, just before he died.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going through some CDs that are sitting here, actually, just tidying up the place. But yeah, what a lovely guy he was. And you know, he died of stress. He had a massive heart attack in the car moving house. His partner at the time said, "You're out. I don't want you here anymore." And his bandmate, for whatever reason, anyway, he had to find a new place accommodation. So they found him a place. So they were moving his furniture not his furniture, his private documents and personal items that he didn't want to go on the truck. And he just, in between the moves, he just had a massive heart attack. So it really got to him, and yeah, poor bugger.
Wow.
And, basically died on the spot in the car with his mate. So,
Oh, that's sad.
and what a lovely guy. A teetotaler, full teetotaler.
Mm.
You'd have honey tea at every gig. As he's playing his keyboard, he'd have a big travel mug of this hot tea with honey, and he'd be sipping it in between songs. And one of the best singers, like, still kept his voice, still he was a fabulous guy. But anyway, I got the best thing about that. I got to meet all these guys, when they were turned independent.
When I arrived, we arrived in 78, and then I think it was 80, 81. There was I went with a mate to New Zealand's version of Woodstock, White Waters concert, and there I was at this concert, and there was this band, Crowded House.
Oh yeah.
And then
Crowded House.
We got back on the plane to come home, and I'm sitting next to this guy, and I go, so, g'day, what's your name? Whatever it was, I don't remember. He was, what do you do? I play the drums. I go, oh, that's interesting. We're off to, we just come from this place called White Waters. He goes, yeah, I was one of the acts there. Which act? Crowded House. Oh my God, you're sitting next to this guy at the back of the plane.
He died recently today. He took his own life.
Oh, what?
What was his name? Man, my memory's hopeless. Yeah, but that's
you get past 21, your memory goes.
That's it, mate. Anyway, yeah, he unfortunately, is it Hister? His last name was Hister.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not Paul Hister, is it?
I think so.
Anyway, yeah, he took his
Sounds
life,
familiar.
unfortunately. And if anyone has troubles out there, just talk to your friends. That's the
Yeah.
main
No,
thing.
that's it. And that's why I like this medium, because what this medium does is it makes people talk to each other, even if
Yeah.
it's in the chat or whether it's on a live stream like this. There's a guy in the US, a guy by the name of Michael Donovan is his name, Mike Donovan. And he wanted to do a YouTube record breakup, the longest live stream, and it went for 28 days until some idiot went and pressed the red button when he wanted to do the leave studio instead of the big killer button.
Oh no.
Anyway, the people would get on and they would just talk about everything and anything. And I'll tell you what, over those 28 days, the lives that people saved was just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like this to me. The very first live. When I started my channel I started my channel ages ago, but that was more for the grandson, like just to do a couple of little things and show him what's going on. And I've got the music channel, which is Australian Radio Indie TV. That's my other channel that I go film bands and talk to a few people and do some stuff on that channel. I've been doing that for ages, but it's not like that was just to show people music that I like and bands that I like. That's all that channel's about.
Mm-hmm.
Not to get 1,000 subs, not to do anything spectacular, but that slowly grew to 300 odd subs, and I didn't really pay attention now until I'm doing this, and now I'm looking at this going, like when I started this, I think I had 22 subs, and they were probably family, and then I done a live with somebody. I can't recall the very first one I jumped into, but I just thought, they asked for people. I was watching lives. I was one of those lurkers, always watching people, listening in the background, what's going on. And then someone said, would someone like to come up? Anyone in the chat? Anybody? And I just said, well, I can. And they said, oh, yeah, radio, come up. So up I went, and I thought, oh, yeah. And they were American, and they said, oh, we love you. You sound so lovely and all that sort of stuff. I went, okay. And then I bumped into Devil Dog and Gary next. And that was the start of it. Then, I talked to Devil Dog, and he's a lovely guy. Helps you with, helped me set up Nightbot and a few other things. And he helps a lot of people. But he should be asleep wherever he is because he's been awake for way too long. But anyway, and then with Gary and that, they go live midnight. In Memphis time, whatever that is, Central Time, and that's 3 p.m. here. So I started watching them regularly, and then got to meet this lovely community of all sorts of ex-military, preppers, gardeners, farmers. Just a complete mix from what I'm not used to.
Yeah.
But, and I've just been welcomed with open arms in this community. So that's where I bumped into Darian, magnificent
Germany with Darian.
Yeah,
he's an incredible. Has he infected you with spaghetti ice yet?
Oh, for sure, man. After the last live, I stayed backstage and he told me all about it. Like, he told me the nuts and bolts of everything about it, and he's in love with it. He's just, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you come over the pond from, I shouldn't say over the pond, no, I can't call it a ditch because that's Kiwi. When you come over from Tassie on the Spirit.
I do it all the time. Yeah.
Just near Station Pier, there is, just off Bay Street, there's a place called, I think it's Cafe Vienna.
Okay.
And they do the spaghetti ice there.
All right. I'll definitely check that out before they move to Geelong, which is next month, I think. The Spirit's going to land in Geelong.
Is it?
Yeah, they've built a whole new Geelong Ports gave them a whole bunch of area at a cheaper rate, and yeah, they're moving out of
Station Pier. Well, all the cruise ships are coming back now.
Yeah, well, that'd be good. But yeah, how long does it take to get from Geelong into the city?
Depends which way you go, but it's
An
roughly
hour?
about 45 minutes an hour.
Yeah, that's all right.
Unless you go in peak hour.
Yeah, Melbourne's crazy. Yep. Yes, I've got caught there. I'll tell you what, I've got caught a few times on the ring road and not getting off at the right spot, then going over the bridge, and then peak hour like 5 o'clock trying to get back, and yes, I wasn't too happy a few times doing that.
Well, there's a new tunnel being built that's going to go underneath the Yarra down through, not the Yarra, underneath. Well, actually, it is part of the Yarra. Goes under the bay and all that in through to the city, which is supposed to replace the bridge, the Westgate Bridge. But and so we'll have two ways of actually getting across. So we'll see how that goes. They think that's going to be a toll bridge as well.
Yeah, well, I don't mind paying tolls if it helps you, but you don't. And that's only now and again. But if you had to do it daily, it's just ludicrous. The expenses of traveling on roads just to do your business or do your work.
Well, in the UK, in London, it's impossible getting into the city without paying a toll, right?
Yeah. You have to pay it per week. I think I don't actually know how much it was. I know that it was a tenner a week at one point, and that was for congestion tax. But there was a lot of people who were getting really upset about it, especially parents who were taking kids to school, who the school was literally around the corner from the line they'd drawn in the sand, and they didn't even live in there. They just had to go around the corner to get to this school and do a U-turn to go and drop their kids off. So they were only doing like 15 yards or something, or 20 yards in the congestion zone to drop these kids off, and they were still expected to pay it. So yeah, I don't know how much it is now. I can't tell you, but yeah.
Well, Brexit's fixed that.
Sorry?
Brexit's fixed that.
Hey, Sandy. No. Yes, they're always going to go to Devonport because that's their spot.
Let's have a look and see what it is.
There's another one in Tassie at Devonport called Sea Road. So if you can't get on the Spirit, if you're going to take, like, if you want to bring a caravan across, it costs you about $1,600. A minibus like a coaster costs you about $800 one way. Right? So it's cheaper to hire a van here if that's what you're going to do. And but this new business, like obviously the toll ship, you can get onto that at a cheaper rate, and you can get onto the new one, Sea Road as well. They'll take your car and your caravan But if they don't there's not a lot of rooms on there. But if they don't give you a room, you can always just jump on the Spirit or get a $50 flight over, and wait for your car and bus to arrive. So yeah, that's how it's going at the moment.
The congestion charge currently in London is £15 per day.
Per day.
Per day.
And if you're driving on the Sydney ring, if you're driving around on the freeway in Sydney, you'd be paying, $20-$30 easy. Just going through the different tolls in Sydney. If you're in Western Sydney going to eastern suburbs, or if you're in Western Sydney going to the northern suburbs.
Well, same thing here. You've got City Link, and you've got East Link, and that link, and there's going to be a West Link, and then somebody else's. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is. I'll tell you what, we're coming up to the 3-hour mark in 4 minutes. I think I'll call it then if you're happy with that, Blue.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
What our plans will be is for this time around 4:00 on a Saturday afternoon Eastern, which is, I'm not sure what time that is in the UK, but
7 a.m.
good on you. And me and Blue are going to come on alternate weeks and just talk about London and England and Australia and music and everything else. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, so most of the Americans will be finished with their live streaming by that time, and it's when the real people come out and play.
Yeah, well, we change our time zone to fit the Yanks for Friday nights because it's their 10 p.m. So when daylight saving comes on in, we'll be jumping to at latest 2:00. So we'll start off doing the hourly hop as they come back. We'll jump 1 hour, and then we go forward. We'll jump 2 hours. So right now we're on at midday. We'll be on at 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and then every Wednesday at 8 p.m. we run our live here out of Melbourne.
Cool.
Nice. And how does every Wednesday 8 p.m.? All right, I'll lock that in. What is the deal with the cruises? Just give me a quick rundown on that.
So cruises out of Australia are starting to pick up. We're heading out of that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, what you do with the cruises.
Okay, so what I do is we're just cruisers, and so we just enjoy it. And so we have a channel which we try and sell people coming into Australia and New Zealand to come and enjoy space and time here. I don't mean go and do it or don't do it. We try and entice people to come and enjoy our beautiful area and spend time in Tassie and all around. Mm. So, and we talk most of our listenership, or whatever you want to call it, is from the US. So we try and entice those Yanks to come on down and enjoy our space. It's basically us.
That's it, mate. All right. I thought you might have been doing group bookings or something like that.
We do have a group cruise going in October in the US. And then we're trying to get people to join us on a group cruise in January of 2025. Try and get as many people here, because what we'll do is go out of Sydney and travel around to the South Pacific and come back into Sydney.
Yep. Been on that one. It's
yep.
Nice.
Yeah, can be fun. It's and cruise, like, I don't know if you've seen my channel, but we're sitting over the harbour here, basically, and you're saying the sun rises over the water.
Yeah.
It's lovely seeing that every day. It's probably the highlight of living where we live.
Mm.
But I wish it was a bit warmer. That's about the only thing.
Yeah, you want kind of like move Tassie to, say, a little bit higher up in the tropics, and it'd be the perfect place, right?
And then there'd be thousands of people here, and the houses will be like $2 million a piece.
Yeah. Well, no. You buy it when it's right now where you're at. Move the state up to the tropics, and then sell it at the $3 or $4 million.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Wish we could work out how to do that, but
yep.
I'm sure the
just rotate the nation.
Oh yeah, twist it up. Then we'll be swimming with the crocodiles. I don't know. Not too keen on the crocodiles and the box jellyfish and the
irukandji.
Oh man, like it's so sad. Such beautiful waterways, and so sad you can't use them.
Correct.
But, yeah. Well, thanks for popping on, Sean. Really
Thank
nice
you
to
very
meet
much
you.
for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Pleasure was ours, and yeah, looking forward to catching up with you on Wednesday.
Yep.
At 8,
This
8
Wednesday
p.m.
I'll be on Jimmy's channel, The Astute Tourist. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. I like him. Yeah.
So last week was with us. Next week on Wednesday, every Wednesday we alternate.
Oh,
So this
good.
coming Wednesday we're on his channel.
So it's still 8 p.m. Yep.
Yep.
No, I enjoy his. I've actually gone through his history, looking at the music. So he's really my type of guy. You know.
Yeah,
like,
he's a muser. He's a
Yeah,
guitarist.
I love. As soon as I found that out, I was in there like Flynn. I was checking him out. You know, like
Good on
listening
you.
to the music. And thanks again, Blue, for putting up with us for another 3 hours.
That's okay. Thanks for putting up with me.
Oh no, it's lovely, and I'm sure like Sandy Toes is looking forward to this in the future. So we've got one fan
Aw.
already. Thanks, Sandy. You're
Oh,
Sandy's up there in Queensland. I'm not sure exactly where, but she's in Queensland. So thanks, guys, for putting up with this. It is dark outside now. It is cold here, and my dinner is cooking. I can hear it sizzling in the background. So
God bless
I've got
you.
to take care of my queen, so I will catch you guys later.
thanks,
Good to
everybody.
meet you, Sean.
Nice to meet you all.
Yep. And we'll be finishing very soon as I click this button, and then we go. See you next week.